All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. It's 9 a.m. I was just online like 7.5 hours ago or 8 hours ago, whatever the hell it was. And we're back. We're back again. And we already got people in the house. Look at this. How's everybody doing out there? We got Lady Games in the house. Welcome. Colt eats wood. Satius, Danny Passion. Go to sleep, Mag. I did go to sleep. For like 6 hours. Good enough for the Mag. Got ourselves. Look at this, guys. Look at this. We got an I Am the Mag coffee mug right here, ladies and gentlemen. I got my Game Boy shirt on for some Nintendo goodness. What's up, El Nini? You're back in the house. Did I miss anybody? Hey, Sinless. What's up, buddy? You're the first in the house. Yeah, Lady Gamer. Sony numbers are very good. Danny Moon. Good morning, everybody. Let me suck on this coffee. How's the sound, guys? Everything sound good? Like, we got our Nintendo sound pretty decent? Let me know in the chat before we go live. We've got 13 minutes, excuse me, before we go live with this. I'm actually really excited for this, and I'll tell you why. Let me take my Xbox hoodie off here. Oh my god, El Nini. It is such a good game. Silent Hill F. For anybody who missed that stream last night, I did an epic 4-hour plus stream last night of I was about to say Resident Evil, of Silent Hill F, and we finished the game last night, and holy macaroni, let me tell you, this game was amazing. Like, I mean amazing. What a game. Tough as nails. Tough as nails. And it's not so much the combat, because you can actually, well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, you could turn the combat down, right, in terms of difficulty and all that. But the puzzles in that game, holy mackerel, they're tough. Hey Ginge, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, whoever said Lady Gamer, whoever said that console gaming is dead, you better refresh that thought, so to speak, you know what I mean? Anyways, getting back to what I was trying to say. I'm excited for this showcase because it's not so much about... hey, Dr. Leon, how you doing, bud? It's not so much about the Nintendo first party, which I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not really all that into the whole Nintendo first party thing. I love my Mario games. I occasionally like my Zelda games, right? I like Donkey Kong games. I'm not a Super Smash Brothers guy. I could never figure that game out. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I mean, I kind of understand it. Maybe just because I suck. I don't know. I'm not really into a Smash whatever games. I'm not entirely interested. Like, I'll play a little bit of the, what the hell's it called? The Mario Kart stuff. It's, it's alright. Tyler Reese, what leaks? You can't just drop something in my chat saying, see the leaks? What is that? Tell me about it. Maybe I already know about it. I don't know. We're going to find out. You got to put it in the chat. You got to let me know. Because right after this showcase, we're going to do a little bit of a after and like a little Q&A and stuff and a little bit of reaction to it. And then I need to find out about these leaks. Santob is back in the house. Look at that, buddy. We were barely together just 8 hours ago. Oh, yeah, Microsoft needs to make that money back after those files. Yeah, I already told everybody that. And I'm telling you right now, there is no delay on the 2027 consoles. And that is not like from me or some insider. That's from Amy Hood. She has told them. She has told them that they have no choice but to release those consoles. Because she's giving them one opportunity. She already canceled the handheld. Well, it wasn't just her. It was her and Satya that did not greenlight the handheld. And then they said, listen, you got one shot at it. No matter what the price is, you're launching in 27. So they're just kind of hoping and praying that the RAM prices go down, for example, right? That's a whole situation. So, Satius, I'm not sure if I say, hey, Mohammed, how you doing, buddy? Satius, good morning. Matt's in the house. Let's go, Nintendo. Let's go, Nintendorks. Hey, Street, what's up, buddy? He goes, Mag's up early. Yeah, man. Hey, Matt, how are you, bud? What is he saying in the chat here? He goes, I love first-party Nintendo, but third-party is important too. Yes, it is. And this is where they get me. And this is why I'm doing this. Normally, I'd be like, whatever, I don't really give a shit. But the thing is, I'm interested in this because at the end of the day, I will play mostly third-party on the Nintendo Switch too. Like, for example, I'm buying South of Midnight when it comes out on the Switch too. I love South of Midnight, one of my favorite games on the Xbox. Not one of. It was my favorite game on the Xbox in 2025. And I will definitely buy it again on the Switch too. Definitely. And then Resident Evil I'm buying because they have that Legacy Edition coming out. They're going to obviously show that today because it's just a few weeks away, right? So I'm going to be buying that as well. And the Legacy Edition, for anybody who doesn't know, at least at my prices in Canada, it's $120. $120, you get 3 games. You get Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. You get Gold Edition, by the way, with all the DLC. You get Resident Evil Village Gold Edition with all DLC. And you get Resident Evil Requiem. All in one package, $120 for the Switch 2. Day one. On top of the fact I'm buying it for the PS5 Pro. So, you know. I see some love for South of Midnight in the chat, man. It was a great game. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Great music, by the way. And Ginger's saying, Mag, we need more early streams for us in the UK. Yeah, I would love to. I also don't want to step on other people's toes. I know some other people do live streams in the morning and stuff like that, and they're friends of mine and whatnoteries. Did I miss anybody? James is in the house. How you doing, James? Backstage Videos is back again. How you doing, bud? Garflog? Look at that. We got all these people crawling in here in this chat, man. El Nini's in the house. How you doing? Muhammad, did I say hi to you yet, buddy? Not sure if I did. But either way, I'm saying hi to you now. Again, I want to ask the chat. Sound volume and everything on the actual showcase. Not my stupid voice. On the actual showcase. If you want me to turn it up louder or lower, just let me know. We'll see how it goes. What's up, Mirko? How you doing, man? Kamran. You got the 1,000 out of 1,000. Nice. Very good. On South of Midnight. Great game. I can't remember how many achievements I got on it. I did play through the game twice, though. Sounds all good? Perfect. That's what I want to hear. I don't know how many achievements I got on South of Midnight. But you know what, though? I was about to say I'll get the platinum on it. I'm not playing it on the PlayStation. I already played it on the Xbox. I'm good. And I'm going to play it on the Switch, too. That's good. Nintendo was famous for not having achievements or trophies, which I think is a mistake. Gallinston, thank you very much. And good morning to you, sir. Sound is good. Excellent. Mirko Sig, what do you guys want to see here? Okay, this is what I'm thinking. We're going to see, I think we're going to see more about Final Fantasy. It's just a guess. I don't have any knowledge about this. I don't have any Nintendo contacts at all. Like none. Zero. The only Nintendo I have is this shirt. All right, my Game Boy shirt. We're going to see Resident Evil for sure, because that's literally 3 weeks away, not even. Well, no, it's about 3 weeks away. So we're going to see Resident Evil for sure. Maybe Final Fantasy. I'm not sure about the Xbox games. I think they're going to show Halo here because they've already announced it for PlayStation, right? They did their trailer. I think that they're going to announce Halo for Switch right here. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Yeah, see, look at Matt's got it. He nailed it down to a T. Like, you know what the funny thing is? None of us get paid by these multi-billion-dollar corporations, right? And you got a bunch of people that work for these multi-billion-dollar corporations who have no idea what they're doing. Not that they don't have any idea what they're doing, but they certainly don't have the gusto that, like, the community has, for example. Like, listen to Matt right here. He says, that's one thing I wish Nintendo would do. Achievements, trophies, they could call them coins. Bronze, silver, gold. Exactly. And you know what you do? Here, I'll one-up you, Matt. This is what you do. Whenever you get a coin, it does the Mario sound. And then in the corner, you get a little coin pop up like the Mario games. You know, like when you get the coins in the Mario games. Like, how hard is that? How hard is that, Nintendo? How hard is that? Cameron can't wait for his Resident Evil. He got it. Hey, you got your first ever OLED. Oh, dude, you're in for a treat, buddy. What platform are you going to be playing it on? Yeah, so listen, El Nini, I'm not sure if Halo's going to be there. It's just a guess. Now, that's the other thing. Lady Gamer's asking about Starfield. I don't think they're going to announce that here, too. I think that they're going to wait for the Summer Games Fest. And that's when they're going to announce Starfield for PlayStation and Switch on the same day. That's when they're going to announce it. And I would think at this point, because of 2026 being so packed the way it is that I don't think they're going to release Starfield for PlayStation in 2026 and Nintendo Switch. I think it'll be early 27. I mean, it's just a guess. It's just a guess again. Because how much shit can you ram into the end of 2026? People aren't going to buy it. You know what I mean? There's only so many games we could buy. I'm going to have to say the same old story again. Like, let's just say, for example, you're a PlayStation owner, okay? Never mind Xbox, never mind Switch or PC. Just on PlayStation. In the fall, you got Phantom Blade 0. You've got Wolverine. You got Modern Warfare 4. You've got Fable. You've got Gears of War E-Day. They're dropping Forza Horizon 6. Don't forget that, because it's not coming day one. It's going day one on Xbox and PC, but not PlayStation. It said later in 26. So now you got Forza Horizon 6. You've got GTA 6. What the F are you talking about? That's 7 AAA bangers in a matter of 3 months. You're going to drop Starfield in there too? No, that's stupid. That is what you call financial suicide. Avowed is coming this month as well, yeah, on PS5, yep. So that is financial suicide. You can't do that. It's too much. Because, and it's not too much, some people be like, oh, just dump it on me. Okay, dump it on you, but you know what the thing is? The majority of people out there do not have $560, just a US dollar, to drop on 8 games in the fall. They're going to have to get picky and choosy, and they're going to go, well, shit, there's 8 games coming out. I can pick 2. That's how much I can afford, right? We're talking about the average consumer. We're not talking about psychotic, hardcore gamers like us. We're talking about regular gamers. And remember, the average gamer buys 2.6 games a year. So therefore, that being the case, this is not financially feasible to drop another AAA banger in the second half of 2026. Stupid idea. So I think, this is just what I would do. I would announce Starfield for PlayStation and Switch 2 at the Summer Games Fest or the Xbox Showcase in the summer during the Game Fest. And then I would drop it in January 2027. Give people some breathing space, bro. We got 35 beautiful people in the chat. Listen, I didn't even expect 5 people in this chat today because, first of all, I wasn't 100% sure I was going to do this. I did talk about it last night. But I did say, hey, pushing polygons. How you doing, buddy? He says, you're a financially feasible guy, Meg. I try to be. I also try to be a little bit more, you know, trying to think like a consumer, not trying to think like a psychopath who's just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to buy everything. There's only 5% of people that might do that. Maybe even less than 5% will do that. The majority of the people, not even the hardcore is going to do all that. I can tell you that right now. There's going to be times we're going to, like, for example, this fall that just passed, there's a couple of games I never got to buy. Right? Like, for example, Dying Light the Beast. It's not so much that I couldn't afford to buy it. I mean, but it's also because I don't have time. There's only so many hours in the day, so many, you know what I mean? In the week, the month, the year. Oh, wait, we got 17 seconds. We're going. Hey, Garflog, thank you very much, man. He goes, we love you, Meg. Lethal napkins in the house. Let's go. All right, guys, 10 seconds. Get ready to pop your champagne. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, the music's getting louder. Calm down, Nintendo. All right, here we go. Let's go. Nintendo starting it off right with some jams. Let's go. Here we go. I'm already pissed off.
Deep in space, a research station was suddenly struck by a cosmic storm. 15 years later, its survivors are living peacefully. But the threat of another cosmic storm is
What is
coming up
this?
fast. Maki and Omura, two young explorers, must now brave galactic dangers and save
I hate
all
anime
that's
laughing.
left of their
Okay?
home.
I hate anime laughing.
Teamwork is key in this two-player co-op
Oh wow,
adventure.
actually, this looks pretty dope.
You'll need a few tools to survive.
Never mind, I'm gonna take that back.
The scrap hook grabs and moves platforms so you can carve a
What's up,
path
broke boy?
forward.
Infinity, how you doing? Serbia
The
Simulator.
liquid launcher blasts water to activate mechanisms
Actually, this looks pretty cool.
and cool down scorching surfaces. And the beam cannon fires a stream of super hot heat to destroy obstacles, open doors, and more.
I like, actually,
Use the
I
tools
like
together,
this.
and you might discover unexpected solutions
I'll take
to
back
puzzles.
my previous statement.
While exploring, you can encounter strange life forms, or opt for a detour and take a little travel break. With GameShare, two players can adventure together locally or online if one person has the game.
Yes, they're going for the It Takes Two / Split Fiction
Can
route.
these two brave explorers save their home?
Mercury, you're not wrong. Frame
Launches
rates.
exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this summer.
I like it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation,
Infinity,
we'll be
we'll
focusing
address
on
that
games
later.
from our publishing and development partners coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems.
We got Broke Boy
What
dropping
you
a
just
gifted
saw
member. Thank you
was
so much,
Full
brother.
Bills,
Congratulations,
launching
Chris Edward. You're a
exclusively
maggot
on
now.
Nintendo
Can't turn
Switch
back.
2 this summer. We hope you're looking forward
What's
to
up,
this
78? How you doing?
intergalactic co-op
I
puzzle
like.
adventure.
It looks good.
Okay.
It looks good.
Let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
I might buy that. Uh-oh. Is that the Dr. Doom clock? Oh, about Napoli. Why do we have to start like this? I mean, I'm a little overreactive. It's early, guys. It's early. Sounds like an Italian folk song. La la la
In the
la
waters
la.
of Issei Bay, on an island where legends of mermaids have been passed down, a tale of mysteries and curses stirs. The latest Paranormacite mystery adventure is coming to the Nintendo Switch system. The story follows Yuza Minakuchi, a boy who works as a pearl diver. One day, while gathering on the seafloor, he encounters another version of himself. This phenomenon is just the beginning.
No,
Soon,
not a point and
other
click.
strange incidents begin to
No,
plague
I already
the
did this in
island.
the
A
90s.
girl with no memories, strangers searching for treasure, and a housewife investigating victims of drowning. Speaking to those involved is a natural part of the investigation, but you'll also need to search deep within the waters of Issei Bay.
Okay.
As each of their motives intertwine, the story connects to the mermaid legend told
I mean, I like the
centuries
music.
ago.
Very, mysterious.
Paranormacite, The Mermaid's Curse, launches on Nintendo Switch. February
Paranormacite.
19.
Okay, all right. Nah, that's
Pre-orders
not a buy for me.
begin
That's not a
later
buy for me.
today on
Popular in
Nintendo
Japan,
eShop.
yes, James.
Battle for World Glory. A new Captain Tsubasa game is kicking its
A
way
lot of
onto
anime,
Nintendo
folks.
Switch. Choose from a roster of over 110 characters representing 22 teams.
Well, World Cup is this year, so
Score
might as well get the
powerful
soccer going.
shots from the original work, as well as
By the way,
new
here in
special
Toronto, that's what I'm
moves
talking
that
about.
give passes, blocks, dribbles, and tackles of
Why-
boost.
why is there a
Go
tiger?
on the offensive against elite competitors as you aim for victory. Gear up for sensational soccer action. When Captain Tsubasa 2 World Fighters launches on the Nintendo
That's a
Switch
no
system
for me as well.
this year.
So out of 3, I'm going to go 1 yes, 2
Next
no.
up are games heading to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, here we
including
go. This is
some
what I'm
games
looking
that
at.
will also be available on Nintendo
Matt is saying
Switch.
anime for life. My kids love anime. They go,
A life or death fight for survival
What is this?
begins.
Code Violet?
It was a normal day until a cave-in befell the city of Tokyo. As the dust
Z Birdman, how you
settles,
doing, bud?
Our protagonist, Anne, discovers an underground world deep below the metropolis.
Hey man, the pacing in the show is great though. Like they're just hammering us in the balls, like bang, 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 bang.
If you're found by a Xeno, it's game over.
Frame rates look a little sus.
Fighting is not an option, so quick thinking and decision making are vital to your survival. Analyze their patterns and find the best route to make your escape. Activate traps in each area to lure and ensnare any stalking Xeno.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I like that.
And by using GameShare, up to 4 players can share controls, including Anne's movement and camera adjustment.
Ew, like other people will control your character? That's kind of weird.
Online, coordinating with your friends is key to making it out alive.
Why would I do that?
Survive the subterranean depths in Tokyo Scramble, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2, February 11th.
Yeah, not really my thing. I don't like that idea of playing with other players. I mean, I like playing with other players, but not them controlling me.
Awaken your Viking spirit.
Code Violet sequel.
Battle, build, and conquer in this massive survival game.
Valheim.
How you go about it is entirely up to you. You could start by gathering materials around the woods.
Is this like a Zelda, like a...
Fashion a bow and arrows to hunt wildlife and prepare meals. With an axe, you can chop trees to build a house. Yikes, don't get hit by falling trees. Build pillars.
Ew, building! No! I don't like building in games. That's just me. I'm not into it. Colt Eastwood is big on that stuff, not me.
Now,
he likes playing like games like Grounded and stuff. You have to build stuff. And...
Wait, is this ventilated? Don't forget the chimney too. By upgrading your crafting stations, you can make items of higher quality.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So far, the only game that looked hot was the first one. Other than that, so far, that's like 4 games in a row. I'm just like, pass.
And create even more.
Considering how many big bangers are coming out for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC this year, you're gonna really have to impress me with some of these games.
Now, go forth and survive in Valheim.
What's up, Sammy?
Launching on Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
Davis, how are you?
Find your way forward in these games.
Z-Bird Man, did I say hi to you yet?
Return to the kingdom of Hollow Nest.
Oh, yay!
And fight back the infection.
My daughter loves this game.
Modern classic. Dodge, dash, and
it's just
slash
Hollow Knight?
This 2D action adventure platformer. Now with enhanced visuals and improved frame rates on Nintendo Switch 2. Equip charms.
I thought it would be Silk Song. I guess not, eh?
Deal magic damage using upgradable spells while exploring the vast interconnected map.
Hey Portal, how you doing?
Descend into a world of insects and heroes when Hollow Knight, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, launches on Nintendo
I mean,
Switch
it's better
2
than no Hollow Knight, right, I guess?
today.
Oh, available later
Switch
today.
2
That's very
players who have
cool.
Hollow Knight on Nintendo Switch
I mean, if it's priced
can
right,
upgrade to the Nintendo
I
Switch 2 edition
might
for
consider
free
that
with
because
the
my daughter
upgrade
loves
pack.
Hollow Knight series.
eFootball, reborn from Pro Evolution Soccer, is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, this looks
Build
decent.
out your club, sign legendary players, and compete in tournaments
it looks
around
decent.
the globe in World Tour mode. Join an exciting competition where national teams face off every 4 years in the International Cup Tournament.
I noticed how they're not
Or
showing
play
Italy.
with friends locally or online to prove who's at
Scumbags.
the top of their game.
I mean, this looks pretty good.
Experience the excitement of soccer and aim to be the best in the world when eFootball Kickoff launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer. Travel
All right.
through 4 ages.
That's a
in
maybe, that's a
brand new
maybe.
HD 2D action RPG.
No. Okay, well, while this is
Explore
playing, I'm
the
going to
age
answer
of
some chat.
safekeeping.
Davis,
The
he goes, how long do you...
hero
Switch 2
on
Lite
top.
is going to be coming soon
The
because I'll tell you...
age of
not soon, but like
reconstruction,
maybe later this year or
when
next year.
humans
The
nearly
reason
went
why?
extinct.
Probably next year.
The age
Is
of
the Switch 2
magic,
sales
a
are not
time
hitting
when
their
spells
internal
flourished.
targets. And I told
the
everybody that was
age
going to
of
happen.
light,
It
the
all
birth
boils
of
down to
human
price.
Civilization. In each age, the
People don't
scenery
seem to
and
grasp that
citizens of
concept.
Elliot's hometown will change. You can also obtain some weapons and magic unique to certain time periods.
Switch has a Nintendo has a hardcore community, but there's a lot of casuals out there, and I can tell you right now, from all the casuals I know, I'm the only person I know that owns a Switch 2, and it's only because I got a great deal on the trade-in.
Have a blast with Super Bomberman games from the Super NES era. Play
Okay.
the first Super Bomberman.
They should have been available already, these
Of the
games.
series, Super Bomberman 5.
Yeah, Aluminum, we were
including
just
titles
hanging out, buddy.
previously
Not 8
unreleased
hours ago.
Worldwide.
We were playing Silent Hill F
The
right here.
Famicom versions of Bomberman and Bomberman 2 are also included. Plus, there's a brand new Boss Rush mode,
Oh, pushing polygons. Maybe they'll hit it.
as well as game
Hey, yo,
share
what's up? Hey,
support.
Percolator! Everybody say hi to Perk in the chat. He's here.
Super Bomberman Collection.
saying it's all about the
Nintendo
price.
Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
Pass.
Later
I already played
today.
all the Bomberman games in the old days. I don't need to revisit them.
The
Here we go.
journey continues.
Back then.
The second entry in the Final Fantasy
There it is, I was
VII
right.
Remake
There we-
series is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Let's go.
He's alive.
In pursuit of his arch nemesis Sephiroth, Cloud Strife and his comrades escape the city of Midgar and
Comrades?
embark on a journey across the
What do you mean by
vast world.
comrades? Communist.
Traverse the planet on chocobos, wheelies,
Wheelies? What are you?
in a buggy, or other modes
What are you, a
of
security guard at the
transportation.
mall?
Team up with allies in battles, blending action and strategy.
Seth Monsters, wake up.
If you'd like to focus on
Do
the
some
story,
cocaine and have some
there's
coffee.
also
You'll be
a
just
boost
fine.
function to make combat easier. You'll also find various activities scattered across
This looks
the world,
good, man.
allowing you to take a break from the action.
Is he DJing? Did I just see him
And
DJing?
as you interact
I don't recall
with your
doing that.
allies, their affinity toward you will grow and impact how the story unfolds. What fate awaits Cloud and his crew in their pursuit of Sephiroth? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
All right,
launches
there
on
it is.
Nintendo
Hey,
Switch 2,
June 3rd.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo
Wow,
eShop.
that's good. I'll give him. That's a great one. That's a great one. I wonder when Xbox is gonna get it, because apparently the Final Fantasy remake's doing well on Xbox.
Vitals stable. Awakening.
Good day, Knickknacks. How you doing?
While investigating
Pragmata!
the
No
lunar
way,
research
that's coming to
station,
Switch
an
2 as well?
injury befalls
I didn't know that.
spacefarer Hugh Williams. With him
Marco?
is Diana, an android called a Pragmata.
There you are.
Nintendo
I'll get
PS
her.
Box 5.
Classified as unauthorized intruders, the two are targeted by the station AI, which sends enemy bots after them.
I'm still not sure about this game myself, so like,
These bots have near impenetrable armor,
I think I can help.
but with Diana's hacking skills, you can break down their defenses.
oh, Mr. War saying it's the same day for Xbox. Really?
What the heck was that?
Same day
By
for Xbox
moving
is
the
my guess.
cursor
Okay,
through
all right.
panels toward the green
Mr. War is
goal,
saying it is.
you can hack
Interesting.
the enemy bots.
There's no time to explain. Shoot now.
Once their weak points are exposed, fire
Oh,
away.
okay, broke boy. Sorry. Listen, I drink a lot, okay, guys. So short-term memory is a problem.
You can modify
I don't
the
remember
damage
them
and effects
announcing
of
it.
the hack. Each split-second decision can change the outcome of battle.
Yes. I mean, it's interesting, but I'm not sure about the combat thing.
Energy
Looks good though.
What truths will the two find in this AI-controlled lunar station?
So it's not one of your bot buddies?
Overdrive protocol. Initiate.
Yeah, baby. We did it. This is how we say
She doesn't know
good
how-
job.
She doesn't know how to high five. What a
And
loser.
what will Diana learn on this journey? Pragmata.
Everybody say hi to
launches
Sammy
on
in the
Nintendo
chat. He
Switch
turned
2,
40 today.
April
That's a big
24th.
birthday.
A demo will be available later today
April
on
24th.
Nintendo eShop.
And a demo. Yes, I'm going to download that demo today. I want to try this game. That might
We
sell
hope
me
you're
on it.
Looking forward to fast-paced combat and exploration.
Marco, it
with
doesn't
the unique
surprise me that the
combination of
Chinese
hacking
already have a
and
Chinese
shooting.
modder all boxes
Let's
in one.
continue
That doesn't
with
surprise
more
me one bit.
headlines.
They're probably already selling it on the streets next to the dried walnuts and the dried
Journey to the lost
fish tails.
lands. Become a legendary Turok warrior in this intergalactic action shooter. To stop an alien threat from destroying all
Looks
human
decent.
life, you'll journey solo or with a team of warriors
Solo.
online and battle all sorts of primal creatures in ferocious combat. Swap between first-person and third-person perspectives as you unleash weapons, melee attacks, and special abilities to devastate foes. Extract DNA from fallen enemies and the environment to upgrade your arsenal, evolve your mantle, and unlock even
doesn't
more
look too bad.
abilities called Echo Sinks.
I mean, it doesn't look too bad.
Edge in combat.
Looks pretty good. I mean, that's not a dinosaur, but that's okay. It's okay.
As you venture across breathtaking worlds, you'll unravel the mysteries that ultimately hold the key
This looks
to
pretty good.
saving humanity.
Isn't that guy from Gears of War?
Turok Origins launches on
Holy
Nintendo
shit,
Switch
fall
2
26.
this fall.
Guys, wallets, help me out.
Uncover the truth of Xanadu.
How are we supposed to play all these games?
In a Japan where Kyoto is the capital, another world exists that's encroaching on our own.
Okay.
A world where monsters roam free.
In a world where monsters
A
roam
boy
free.
named Ray must use his newly awakened powers against the threat.
PS Vet,
as
how
he
you doing, bud?
joins Hirosaka Academy, a school for gifted students. The academy's goal?
Like X-Men
Conquer
gifted?
Xanadu, the great labyrinth rumored to be the origin of this other world. While traversing the labyrinth, hone your
Oh, this
abilities
looks
and
cute.
reshape the terrain to expand the range of your exploration. Then, take on dangerous enemies in 3D action RPG combat.
So what is this?
Use your
3D
powers to
RPG,
overcome foes.
Metroidvania, all-in-one kind of thing? They don't care about our wallets. Yeah, no kidding,
Outside
eh?
the labyrinth,
Choices to be made.
improve
Lethal
your
Napkin, you're not
stats.
wrong, dude.
And
Choices
spend
will
time
have to
with
be
your
made, and a
friends
lot of them,
as
these
you
games will have to be
prepare
put in
to
those,
conquer
what do they call it, the
Xanadu.
wish list.
The battle
There's no
between
way we can
man
play all
and
this stuff in
monster
2026.
begins.
It's ridiculous, man.
Discover the truth when
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start selling my body for some of these
Kyoto
games.
Xanadu
Jesus.
launches
Good
on the
Lord.
Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch
I mean, that looked
systems
alright. That
this
looked pretty
summer.
good. Looked pretty good.
Check out these anime-style games.
More anime? Come on, man. We already showed like 4 anime
It's time
games.
to evolve in the latest Digimon story game. One day, a
Skibots.
powerful blast causes the world to collapse and sends you 8 years into the past. With over 450 Digimon to collect, adventure through the human world
Listen to this song.
and digital world to save the future. And on Nintendo Switch 2,
The Hammond
you can
organ.
select quality mode, playing in 4K at 30 frames per second. Or
All the coked
performance
out
mode,
Japanese
playing
musicians
in
just
full
like
HD
railing in
at
the
60 frames
in
per
the
second.
studio playing this.
Digimon Story Time Stranger launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems July 10th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
I'd buy it just for that
An
song.
adventure set high in the sky.
Man, they are
is
really
soaring
cranking
in.
this go like no
Form your
breaks.
party from a roster of over 20 characters, each with their own fighting
Holy
style.
mackerel. Mr. Santa was saying, Mag, anime is life.
Channel the power of teamwork and summon mighty
All right, looks
primal
pretty good.
beasts to vanquish your enemies. You can also team up in local or
It looks pretty
online
good.
multiplayer.
I mean, Pragmata demo available today. That's what I'm doing. Like right after this, I'm gonna download it.
Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok launches on Nintendo Switch 2 July 9th.
Grand Blue Fan. All right, all right.
The latest Monster Hunter Stories game is flying in.
Wow.
Your
New
monster
Grand Blue,
allies,
yeah, yeah,
called
yeah.
Monsties,
And now we got a
can learn
Monster Hunter?
Special abilities through a ceremony called the Rite of Channeling. Raise your Monsties as you travel the
Jez
world.
should be excited about this.
The lands lie on the brink of disaster. Monsters are on the
Yeah,
verge
but
of
James, you're not
extinction.
wrong, dude. Pacing
And
is
the
just,
riders
they're just at
trying to
breakneck
save the
speed
world
right now,
will
these
have
guys.
to contend with an even greater threat.
This is like a band going on
Monster
stage
Hunter
without even
Stories
saying
3
hello to the city.
was
They're
the
just going like,
introduction.
instead of being like,
Swords
hello
on Nintendo
Toronto,
Switch
they're just like
2,
cranking
March
tunes
13th.
one after another.
A demo will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, no
Save
executives
data can be
talking
transferred to the
shit,
full game
you know,
once purchased.
showing the developers like
Titles are
eating
joining
salad.
the archives.
Like they're just showing the games. Look at this. What is this? This is bringing back some nostalgia.
Ridge Racer, published by Namco in
Oh, Rave
1995.
Racer. Okay, I thought it was Ridge
Speeds
Racer.
into the
Looks like
arcade
Ridge Racer to
archives
me from
lineup.
PS1.
Aim for first place in a race against your rivals. And get ready for a new line of home console titles. Console Archives is on the way. Doraemon.
What in the fuck is going on? What is this? Montezuma's
Sonic Wings
Revenge?
Special.
By the way, the anniversary of that game is coming up.
And more will be released over time. The first wave of Console Archives titles includes Cool Borders
I mean, like,
and Ninja Gaiden 2.
I
The
played
Dark
all these
Sword of
games like,
Chaos.
I don't know, in a whole
These
different
titles
lifetime
will be
ago.
available on Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
I like, hey, Cool Borders is pretty good though. I'll give them that. Later today, okay, if anybody wants to get nostalgic, go for it. Man, they're just kicking ass with the tunes today. You should hear what this sounds like in my headphones. Let's go to the club. Reanimal. Let's see this. Let's go. That's my girl. The Nightmare. Star Trek Voyager, what? Ew, it's one of those games. Ew. Never mind. Man, my daughter will love this. She plays it on the console. Man, Switch is bringing the heat, though. You gotta give it to them. You gotta give it to them. They ain't just sitting back on their laurels going, here's one game every year. Rhea Ripley, man, that's my girl. With bigger shoulders than me. Did I just see a giraffe driving a car?
Let's make some noise.
Let's get back to the tunes.
We found another body.
Yes, here we
Your
go.
eyes on the crime scene.
Day one. Day one.
When a string of mysterious deaths occurs across
MAGG,
America,
Capcom's getting all my cash.
FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft is captured by the suspect while investigating the case.
What did you do to me?
God damn
In
it,
her
this game.
attempt to
I'm already got
escape,
goosebumps.
Grace comes up against unknown threats. A limited supply of healing items and ammunition are at her disposal.
Yeah, broke boy, that's what I'm getting. The generation
Will she
pack with the
confront
3 games in
threats
it.
head on, or save her ammo for the next encounter?
Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good.
For Grace, impending doom is always close at hand. Meanwhile, another agent
There's
working
my
for
boy.
an anti-bioterrorism organization
What's up, Jonathan?
is
How you doing,
also
bud?
on the case. Leon S.
Let's
Kennedy.
go, Leon.
6 survivors at Raccoon City Hall, dead from the same thing.
With his
Oh, dude, if they
physical
drop the
prowess,
demo,
Leon
that's
can
it.
parry
Stream
an
is over.
opponent's attack
I'm leaving the
and
stream and be like,
strike to
bye.
break a stunned opponent's stance in close quarters combat. He can fire from a distance using handguns and rifles.
If they release the demo,
Use
I
an
would literally
enemy's
take a break and then just go
weapon
live
against
with the
them.
demo.
Leon has a varied arsenal of attacks at his disposal. This game features both third-person and first-person camera perspectives, and you can change your perspective at any time.
That's a huge thing. Because I know a lot of people were
Multiple
pissed off
difficulty
about
options
Resident Evil Village. The only way you get
including a
third
mode
person
for
if you
less
bought the DLC.
experienced players that features aim assist.
Aim assist? What are we, pussies? This is Resident
Guide
Evil.
Grace as she attempts to escape unprecedented terrors, and Leon, who relies on strength to carve his own path.
Like a man!
What will they discover when their fates intertwine?
This game.
Resident Evil Requiem
Yes!
launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system February 27th.
Day
Pre-orders
one.
are available now
Come on, demo.
Nintendo eShop.
Demo.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard and Resident Evil
This is what I was talking about,
Village
guys,
will
the
also
deluxe
be
edition or
available
whatever,
the
Legacy
same day. Horror-filled excitement awaits, whether you play these games or Resident Evil Requiem first. Plus, a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller featuring original art is releasing
Very cool.
alongside the
Not
games.
buying it, but cool.
Amiibo figures of Grace and Leon will also be available this summer.
Cool.
You can scan them to receive in-game weapon skins.
All right. Damn you!
Resident
No
Evil Requiem,
no demo.
The latest entry in the Resident Evil series is launching later this month. You can also look forward to a creator's voice video featuring a member of the Resident Evil Requiem development team. The video will release in the near future. Next is our last announcement.
Oh, last announcement. You know it's gonna be hot.
Everybody from all of us here.
No
at
shit, here it
Bethesda Game
is.
Studios. If you're like us, Nintendo
The
has
Keebler
meant
Elf.
so much to you from your early days of gaming to now. It was incredible for us to partner on the original Switch, and it was just such a great piece of hardware and also so personal when you play. We're excited to finally bring a number of our franchises for the first time to Nintendo. We hope you all enjoy the journey.
So this is the first step to getting to
Vault
Starfield.
Dwellers,
So they're gonna be playing
welcome home.
Fallout. Damn it!
Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition is emerging
Oh,
on
Colt
Nintendo
Eastwood will be
Switch
happy.
2. Scavenge, shoot, build, and create alliances. As
So
you
you're gonna be playing
reshape the
legacy titles,
wasteland
and then they're gonna announce
and
later
what
this summer,
remains
unless they
of
announce it right now.
civilization. Every choice matters. Fancy yourself a smooth talker, or
I don't
planning
think
to
it's gonna be
pump up your
Starfield.
Power armor. Choose
I
from
think they'll
hundreds
announce
of
that in the
perks
summer when they
that
announce
fit
it for
your
PlayStation.
playstyle. Every road leads
I could be
somewhere
wrong
new.
in the next 2 minutes.
From the heart of Diamond City to the shadowy corners of forgotten vaults, the Commonwealth is packed with stories waiting to be uncovered. In addition to the base game, experience 6 official expansions and over 150 Creation Club items to expand your adventure.
Looks pretty good on the Switch.
Grab your
Assuming this
Pip-Boy
is Switch
and
2 gameplay.
traverse the wasteland in Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition.
All right.
Launching on Nintendo Switch 2, February 24th.
Oh, Colt Eastwood, save up your money.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. The year is 1937.
Hey,
Sinister
there you go. You
forces
got
are
your
on the
Indiana
hunt for ancient
Jones.
power, and only
Release a
one
third-person
can
mode
stop
like
them.
Ubisoft's Avatar.
Embark on a globe-trotting cinematic adventure in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Set between the events of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, Indy will journey around the world to uncover the mystery behind the Great Circle. From
Rope
the
Boy is
pyramids
saying
of Giza
Starfield for
to
PS5
the
in
sunken
April.
temples of Sukhothai and beyond. Use your wits to infiltrate historic areas and solve fiendish
I
puzzles.
kind of want to go back to this game.
Or use your whip to face off against dangerous foes and explore a world full of daring escapes and unforgettable encounters.
Watch out!
Adventure calls when Indiana Jones and the Great Circle launches on Nintendo Switch 2, May 12th.
All right.
Pre-orders begin later
All right.
today on Nintendo eShop.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Explore the vast landscape of Cyrodiil in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered.
Oh, wow. That's really
Experience
nice.
this
That's great.
renowned open-world RPG now on a Nintendo system for the first time. Freely customize your character to match your playstyle.
Is that
Then
Zondu?
adventure amongst an unforgettable cast of characters.
By the grace of the gods, I serve Tambriel as her ruler.
Easy
and
there,
fight
Patrick
back
Stewart.
the Daedra to close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Maximum warp.
Master
Engage.
ranged or melee weapons. Wield powerful magic or use stealth skills to best your foes. In this remastered version, Character models, weapons, even rocks and sweet rolls have all been meticulously recreated. Combat animations have also been updated to give them a modernized touch.
Like, who
Plus,
wants to...
the Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine expansions
Looks pretty
are
good, man.
included alongside the main story to take your adventure even further. Step through the gates once more when The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered launches on the Nintendo Switch
All right,
2
no
system
official date, but this year.
We hope you're excited for these games from Bethesda Softworks.
Okay, so there you go, folks. They're going to announce it at the
That's all
Summer
for
Games
today's
Fest or
Nintendo
maybe later in
Direct
the spring.
Partner Showcase.
Maybe PlayStation
for
has the rights to the reveal. Okay, so we're going to talk about it in a minute as soon as this is done. I will replay the entire thing in the background with no sound, and then we're just going to have a little conversation. I mean, Indiana Jones got me a little intrigued. Okay, there it is, folks. I will play this in the background once again for anybody joining late. You could see it with no sound, of course, and I will not have music on today. It'll just be me yapping for a little bit here. Okay, so now that we have digested this entire situation, I want to know from everybody in the chat right now, what did you guys like about this entire showcase that they just showed today? I could tell you some of mine without question. I mean, you guys know I'm a Resident Evil stan. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I will be getting the Resident Evil Legacy Edition day one. That's absolutely happening. What else did I take away from this? The Pragmata demo. I am going to be playing that without question. The Turok looked really good. Aluminum, go to work. Get to work. The Turok looked actually really good. And that first game, I can't remember what the hell it is. It's going to show up in like a few seconds here. Actually, let me just fast forward here. Because I want to see what it, I want to see it. Let me see. Let me zip ahead here. Zip, 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 zip. Holy shit, man. What are we doing here? There. Okay, here we go. Okay, this game I enjoyed. Whatever the hell it was called. That first game there, that was kind of like that Split Fiction / It Takes Two, whatever, / I won't say Little Nightmares 3. I'm just going to say in terms of that, where like one person buys it and then two people can play it. That's pretty dope. Because like I have a neighbor who has a Switch 1, and I'd be like, dude, I buy this game, you just get the partner pass or whatever. This game right here, whatever the hell this was called. Orbitals. Thank you, Satius. Orbitals. This looked dope. Like, I don't mind buying the game and be like, dude, get online and let's play together. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Pushing Polygons is saying, usually Switch is a system I double dip for, and Nintendo first party I don't care for. Portability I don't see well enough. Yeah, see, like I was saying, but when I started the stream, I'm actually not a monster fan of Nintendo first party. I know that sounds insane, but I'm not a big, I'm not a huge Zelda guy. I don't like Super Smash Brothers. That's not my jam. And it's not the saying that the game is bad. It's just not for me. Donkey Kong, hit and miss, but mostly hit. So I like Donkey Kong. I like Mario games, like actual standard, 3D, 2D, like Mario games, whatever. I enjoy those. And that's really it. I don't play Animal Crossing. I don't need to be a fucking raccoon sitting there going beep, 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 beep. And then another one comes in and then goes beep, 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 beep. And then there's like, like text on the screen. No, not into it. I don't like Pokemon. I never have, never will. And like I said, no slight against anybody else, just not my jam. So they're, Kirby, I like some of their games. I like some of the Kirby games. But other than that, I think the biggest draw for me is the third party, and that's why I was so excited to actually watch the show. I wanted to watch the show because I want to see what I, as a 50-year-old gamer, would be purchasing on the Nintendo Switch 2, right? So that being the case, how about this? We're on the air. I forgot to turn my light on. There it is. Now we're on the air. So I kind of like that. Now, the thing is, Resident Evil Day 1, I'm going to download that Pragmata demo, like literally as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go download that. I'm excited to give that a shot. I'm iffy on the combat of that game because the combat in the game is the one thing that's kind of got me a little bit, You know what I mean?
In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development.
I'll turn it way down here so it'll kind of seem like a background thing.
And Nintendo Switch systems. What you just saw was Orbitals. Launching
There we go. So we got a little background noise instead of just like dead silence. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, let's carry on. Let's carry on. What do you guys think? I think that, what the hell is it called? Why can't I think of the name? Turok looked pretty good. I was pretty interested in that. That looked wild. And I got to tell you, man, I don't know what it is. Something just struck my nostalgia bone. No, I mean, that sounds really kind of gross. I know it's a little early in the morning to be saying something like that. However, I got to tell you, man, Indiana Jones might be that game. It might be that game. It might be. I might. You know what I mean? By the way, speaking of which, wasn't South of Midnight supposed to be coming out like really soon, like within the next month? I swear they said it was March. Sammy saying Pragmata demo's not on Xbox. I don't even think it's on PlayStation, bro. I don't even think it's on PlayStation either. Because this is the first I've heard of a demo. I mean, if it's on PlayStation, I'll download it on PlayStation, and I'll try the Switch one as well. I'll download both. I mean, it's not like it's costing me anything. It's free. So, like, you know what I mean? All right, let's see what Davis is saying here. He goes, not much for me, to be honest, Mag. Let's see what the rest of the year has for them. Going to buy some games that came out for Switch 1 that I wouldn't play on PC. All right, fair enough. They didn't give a date for South of Midnight. They said spring. Okay, thank you for the clarification. I appreciate that. So, for some reason, the date of March kept sticking in my head. Maybe I heard something and I just don't remember. I mean, so much information comes at me at like 1,000 miles an hour. I got people like reaching out to me all the time. By the way, this is happening. By the way, this is happening. By the way, this is happening, you know? So, who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? But either way, yeah, I thought it was March. But whatever, spring, it doesn't matter. You know what? Spring is technically April to June, so it's going to be somewhere in that mix anyway. By that time, I'm going to be neck deep in a bunch of games. I mean, I'm going to have Resident Evil Requiem is at the end of the month. We have to stop thinking that Resident Evil Requiem is February. Technically, it's on the second last day of the month. So really, by the time you fire this game up, it's on the last day. You're basically in March. Right? So March is going to be dominated by Resident Evil Requiem for me. Absolutely, without question. I'm not getting Sorrows day one. I'm not really much of a Returnal guy. I tried it a few times. I tried going back to it because I keep hearing from like some of my my PlayStation friends. They're saying that it's like their game of the generation. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. James is saying a rumor of April for that. Avowed? I'm not going to buy Avowed. Okay, Steam has a demo for Pragmata, so I was right. There is no demo for Pragmata on PlayStation. So literally, it's just Steam and Nintendo. Very strange choices. If you're trying to sell a game, that seems like the weirdest way to do it. Steam, I understand because Steam has such huge player base, but Nintendo instead of PlayStation and Xbox is kind of weird. Broke boy, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be savoring Requiem like a fine wine. So it'll be longer than a few days at most for me. I mean, the first playthrough. You know, I'll be doing it live on the channel, so it's probably going to take me a couple of, at least 3 sessions, maybe even longer, 4 sessions. We don't even know how long the game is. The game might be monstrously huge. You know what I mean? Like, if you actually play through Resident Evil 2, for example, even Resident Evil 2 Remake, that's a long game. 3, not so much. 4 is a long game as well. But yeah, I mean, I know once you play it like 3 or 4, like you get 3 or 4 playthroughs and whatever, and you get like your unlimited ammo, unlimited magnums, and all that kind of stuff and whatever. And I don't mean the oversized condoms. I mean like the magnum gun. And yeah, you get through that. You can rip through the game in like 2.5 hours. Like I get all that. But like, and then of course you unlock all the, all the shortcuts and stuff. So you're just like ripping through the game doing speed runs. I get all that. But I think a first run is going to take me like at least 3 sessions online. We'll see. We'll see. Feet on Lance. How you doing, bud? So anyways, getting back to what I was going to be playing, Resident Evil Requiem. Absolutely. And I will also be getting it, like I said, for the Switch. I'll be getting that Legacy Edition with all the other ones. And then from there, I mean, I'm going to be going. There's Crimson Desert coming out, right? I mean, we got to. I'm still. Listen, I know this is going to sound crazy, and I know we're talking about Nintendo right now. Technically, Nintendo third-party support. But the thing is, I'm still 50-50 on Crimson Desert. I agree with. Listen, I was watching Reforged Gaming, okay? And, like, he's kind of like. He's not saying it's going to be bad. He's not saying anything like that, but he was looking at it. He's like, is this game too good to be true? I keep hearing back and forth on this game. You know, some people who've actually played it, some people who are playing it now, and I just keep getting this back and forth. It's just like, you know, it's great, and some people are saying it's going to be one of the games of the year, this and that, and then at the other time I'm saying it's not what you think it is, and I'm like, okay, well, what is it? So I'm waiting until that game launches before I give it any excitement. I am not putting all my eggs in that basket just yet, because I just don't. I'm having a hard time. Maybe, whatever. Maybe you guys think I'm nuts, but I'm having a hard time really trying to get excited for that game because I've been burned. Listen, man, I've been gaming for 46 years. I have been burned so many times. By the way, this at the end of this year will be 47 years I've been gaming. I have been burned so many times before. So that's the only reason why I'm slightly hesitant. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm a little hesitant. I'm going to wait till it gets into the gamers' hands. I know some people who are playing it, but they're not allowed to talk about it. So there's all that, and like I'm getting no information, and that's totally fine. When the game launches and it gets in gamers' hands, and I'm like, what is going on? What do you guys think? Whatever else, and I'll talk to the community. I'll talk to other YouTubers and other people who are playing it, and be like, what do you guys think? Because I trust the gamers. Let's face it. You know, in the old days, I know this sounds crazy for some, but you know, in the old days, when I used to go to reviews, I never went to gamers. I went to the media at that point because I believed the media, and I'd be like, no, I'm going to the IGNs, I'm going to the whoever's, right? And I go and watch their reviews, and I would trust their reviews, and they were actually right almost 100% of the time. And now, how funny is it when you fast forward to 2026, now I don't trust the media sources. Now the only people I trust are the user scores for the most part. I mean, there's some instances where people like review bomb something because they're pissed off about this, that, and the other, or there's some political reason, or they're like, oh, the Steam version didn't get this or whatever, so they review bomb a game or whatever, right? So, but for the most part, I actually reach out to the community and I'm saying, what do you guys think? So I'm actually going to rely on every single one of you in the chat. So if you guys get your hands on Crimson Desert, I'm going to be reaching out to you guys and be like, yo, what do you guys think about Crimson Desert? That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Itchy is saying he was honestly disappointed with the direct. Yeah, it wasn't that great. Itchy saying, I get to watch this live. God bless vacations. Well, thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate you. What else we got going on here? We got Analog AI. AI. Get him, chat. Get him. He's ruining gaming. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Analog. Love you, dude. He's saying Crimson Desert have flexible engines so it could be on the Switch too. Interesting. Yes. Very good. Let's see what everybody else is. Saying in here. So Turok is first person and third person? Yeah, that looks cool. That looks cool. There you go. James is saying the same thing. He goes, I have some concerns. I'm waiting for it to come out. So yeah. So there's all that, like the Crimson Desert thing. So that's a 50-50. And then we get into April. That's where... Oh, and the video is unavailable. Oh, Nintendo took it down. Man, these guys are ridiculous, eh? Not even a replay. How funny are these guys? All right, let's pull down the screen here. We're going to pretty much deal with that. See if I can make myself... There we go. Ooh, look at me. I grew. I was going to say something really rude and be like, let's make MAGG bigger, but a lot of people are going to take that the wrong way. Anyhow... That's the situation. I don't know. I don't really know. But either way, I'm excited for some of these games here, and then that's I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But let me know in the chat what you guys were. James is saying he gave this a 7 out of 10. I want your scores before we sign off here, because there's not really much else to talk about, really, to be quite honest. But what were you guys interested in this, and then we'll do that. Yeah, they'll repost and cut out the 30-minute intro. You're right, James. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, good call. Good call. Nintendo's such a prude. They are, man. They are a little ridiculous. But either way, you get to look at me in HD instead with my Game Boy shirt on. Yeah, I'm all excited about that. But anyways, whatever. Well, okay, what do you got? PS Vet, you got a question about the Switch. So let's do it. If you got any questions, let's ask them now. And then at the same time, I want scores from you guys in the chat. I will read out those scores. I will tell you right now, I'm giving that a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was an entertaining show. Like, I was interested in watching it. And there was a couple of takeaways there. Like Indiana Jones, I might pick that up. Resident Evil, 100% picking that up. Downloading Pragmata later today. Well, as soon as I'm done, I got to take my Switch out. And then here's my Switch right here. Switch 2. I will download that right after the show, and then I'll play it later this afternoon. And then on top of that, I would say that that first game, the Orbitals, whatever they call, the Ubitals, whatever, the Orbitals game, that looked pretty cool. That sort of It Takes Two split fiction kind of game. That looked pretty wild. I really enjoyed that. PS Fed, what do you got to be a ball breaker for? He says 5 out of 1. What does that mean? Are you saying 5 out of 10 and you forgot to put the 0? Is that what you're saying? Okay, 5 out of 10. I thought you were being a ball breaker. I'm like, 5 out of 1? Are you trying to make me do some very strange abstract math right now? It is too early for that shit. Hey, PlayStation 5 comes in and drops 50 Swedish krona. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you, and thank you. And it's been a while. I haven't seen you in a minute. He goes, just want to send some money for a damn good creator like MAGG. Thank you so much, my friend. Greetings from Sweden. Well, greetings from Canada, my friend. And then he says, MAGG, which game on the Switch are you most hyped for this year? Well, without question, Resident Evil. Without question, Resident Evil. Now, I will be flying to Germany in the fall. And, that flight from Toronto's like 6.5 hours, whatever, 7 hours, something like that, to Munich. I'll be flying to Munich. And I need something to play on the plane, man. Because I don't like flying. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I got to take those, those pills, the anti-anxiety pills you put, like, under your tongue and, like, you melt them. Like, you pop it under your tongue. So as soon as you're boarding the plane, my dad's a pharmacist. So my dad told me, he goes, listen, while you're boarding the plane, he's like, put it under your tongue, and then it melts under your tongue. I can't remember what it's called. It's not Adderall, whatever. And I can't remember the name of the drug. It's an anti-anxiety drug. And the thing is, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes for the drug to kick in. But by the time you get on the plane, put your stupid bag in the overhead thing, close the shit, and then you put your seatbelt on and you sit there and you're just like, oh, fuck, I hate flying. By the time you actually are taking off on the runway, then you actually, like, it kicks in, right? So it kicks in, but the thing is, doesn't matter with that anti-anxiety stuff. Some people, it knocks them out. Dude, I'll tell you right now, I stay awake. I'm like this. I'm like white knuckled with my eyeballs bulging out of my head, and I'm like white knuckles on the handlebars. I hate that shit. So while I'm on the plane, I'm gonna need Nintendo Switch games to play. I have my Portal, my PS Portal. I'll bring that too. Maybe if both my brothers are gonna be on the plane, my cousin's gonna be on the plane, my other friend is gonna be on the plane. The G5, as we call ourselves, the G5 Summit. So we're gonna be doing all that. So I'm gonna bring my Portal. One of them can play that because we're gonna have internet and shit on the plane. And then I'm going to need to Switch 2 games. So I think that I'm going to, well, without question, I got 3 Resident Evil games. I got those 2 gold editions of Biohazard and, of course, Village. And then on top of that, I'm going to have Resident Evil Requiem, right? So I'm going to get that. Indiana Jones, I'm 50-50 on PlayStation 5 Sweden. I might get that as well. I mean, that seems like a good Switch game to play. I mean, my God, please do what like Ubisoft did. I know some people are going to say that's sacrilegious because a lot of people love the first-person view. Let me tell you something. Ubisoft went in there and changed Avatar and added a third-person mode well after the fact. Like, it was like almost 2 years after the fact, they added a third-person mode. Everybody I know that has now picked up the game on my recommendations, and I'm like, guys, pick up this game. It's really, really good. They're all, and then even returning players are all saying third-person mode is infinitely better. Infinitely better. It is like a whole brand new game. So, like, Indiana Jones, do it. Maybe it won't work. Maybe it's not logistically possible. I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know. So that's what I'm getting for sure. And South of Midnight. I'm going to get South of Midnight as well. That's what else I'm going to get on the Switch too. I really enjoyed South of Midnight. It was my Xbox game of 2025. I didn't like any not that I didn't like any of those games. I just didn't like all those games. All right, Itchy, have a good day, buddy. I'll see you. Yeah, he goes, Oh, dude, I got to fly tomorrow. I thought you meant like you have to fly like you have to take off. I freaking hate flying. It's not the plane. It's the TSA crap and hassle at the airport. Oh, no, dude. I don't mind that shit. Like the security stuff, go ahead. Search my cavities. Do whatever you got to do. Grab my balls. I don't really care. Put me through the, put me through the metal detectors. I don't take my shoes off. Fuck it. I don't care. I flew, by the way, just so you guys know, the day after the shoe bomber, I had to fly to New York City. It wasn't even the next day. It was like 12 hours later. So I get to the airport, and once you cross, like in the airport, you guys know how it is. Like once you cross security, you're now in another country, right? Like, so like, for example, once you cross the security, all of a sudden it says, welcome to the United States of America. And I'm like, well, I'm still in Canada. Clearly, like the airport is just outside of Toronto. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? And then they're like, well, now it's considered American soil. Right? That like once you cross that thing. As soon as I crossed over to the American side, so to speak, like we're on American soil, I see all these Marines with machine guns, and I'm like, what happened? Like, and I didn't even know what happened because the shoe bombing thing happened when I was like sleeping. So I had no idea, and I'm like, what? Why has everybody got a machine gun? Like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, are we in Beirut? Like, what is going on? And then I found out afterwards. I'm like, oh crap. There was like, oh man. So yeah, I understand the security thing, but the security thing don't bother me. I don't mind that. It's the plane. Once I get on that plane, bro, it's over. There's no coming back from it. So like my mind goes there. It's like, listen, man, if you're driving on the road, you're on the ground. So like you have like a better chance of survival because you're not 30,000 feet in the air. You're on the ground. Odds of survival are probably infinitely better, even though the numbers say otherwise. But that's only because there's more cars on the road than planes in the air. So my mind goes to as soon as I'm up there. So anyways, long story longer, I need a distraction on that plane. So I'm bringing that Switch too. So that's why this showcase was so important to me, is because I need to have that distraction on the plane. Resident Evil's going to be that distraction. South of Midnight's going to be that distraction. What else? Maybe that Orbitals game. That might be something I might be playing. We'll see. Harry Ballsack, how you doing, buddy? He goes, I've never flown and never will. Oh man, it's a situation. Oh, that's very good to hear. Listen to that, folks. He's saying Avatar's coming to Game Pass this month. It's on Game Pass in 2 weeks. Listen, if you have Game Pass, I'm telling you this right now. Okay, hear me out. Just you don't have to take my word for it. Just try it. If you have Game Pass already, download Avatar. I already recommended Star Wars Outlaws to a lot of people. I'm like, listen, guys, it's not the same game that launched, okay? It's much better than that. So I'm like, please, I implore you, go check it out. So a lot of people went, I said, especially if you're a fan of the original trilogy, go play that game. And a ton of people got back to me and said, Mag, you are 100% right. This game was pretty awesome. And a lot of people are enjoying Star Wars Outlaws right now. I'm telling you, Avatar is the same deal. Great game. So what I would suggest, go in there and immediately change it to third-person view. You will not regret it. You will not regret it. It's like you're playing like Horizon Forbidden West, mixed in with a little bit of Gears of War. I'm telling you, I know that sounds insane, but that's exactly what Avatar actually is. You don't have to do all that crafting bullshit, and like you can if you want. Like you can go pick mushrooms in the forest, and you can bring them back, and you can make like, you go to like the clay ovens, and you can make like an omelet, and then it gives you like some special power. You don't need to do any of that shit, okay? My wife is playing the game. I got the platinum on that game on the PlayStation. My wife is playing it right now on the PlayStation. We game share on the PlayStation, right? She's playing it right now. She's addicted to it. She can't stop playing it. So like I said, hear me out. For Game Pass owners, if you have Game Pass, download Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, play in third person. It is a mix of Horizon Forbidden West and Gears of War. That is all I need to say. If you don't like any of those two games, I can't help you. Because the combat is all third person action shooting and whatever else. No, you can't go in. Now, Gears of War, I know you could do like the cover-based shooter. You can't do the cover thing. But I'm saying like the style of gunplay and like the strafing and the jumping and the whatever. I mean, Gears of War doesn't have jumping, but in this has jumping. But like, the strafing left to right and the aim reticles and all that stuff. It's exactly like Gears of War. Take my word for it. It's a great game. Go play it. You won't be disappointed. I'm telling you right now. Harry Ballsack says Outlaws is fun, but I don't like Star Wars lore. You better leave this chat immediately. I'm just kidding. The only Star Wars that exists is George Lucas Star Wars, the 6 movies, and just a You know that guy that used to sprinkle salt on the steaks? That guy? Okay? And a sprinkling of Disney. A sprinkling of Disney. I liked episode 7. I liked Rogue One for the most part. The last hour of Rogue One is just great Star Wars. Mandalorian, for the most part, season 1 and 2. Season 3, forget it. Throw that straight in the trash. Right in the trash. But season 1 and 2, there are moments in there that are just dope. I mean, I don't have to talk about Luke Skywalker, but I mean, that season 1, like, it was pretty dope. Mag, he goes, wait, PS Vet, he goes, Mag, it never answered my Nintendo question. Ask it again. Ask it again, and I will answer it for you. Where is it? I don't even see it. Oh, here it is. Oh, sorry, PS Vet, I got you. He goes, do you think the Switch 2 is worth the investment? I don't know if I should buy one, but I don't know if I could just justify the purchase. Listen, man, that's entirely up to you and what you're interested in playing. Now, the thing is, what you have to weigh out with a Switch, I'll tell you right now, I 100% would not have bought the Switch 2 if I didn't get a $600 trade-in. Now, in Canada, for what I bought day one, which I got the Switch with the Mario Kart universe, whatever the fuck it's called, Mario Kart World, it came with the bundle, and Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I got the, I got a used copy of Mario Odyssey. That is $900 in Canada. The Switch 2 bundle is $700. Okay, so put that in perspective. Actually, no, hold on. I'm gonna go check it right now. Hold on. Let me just make Switch 2 Mario bundle. Let's see, bundle price. Holy fuck! No, I was wrong, guys. Sorry, excuse me. It's $700 without tax, and our tax here is egregious. So let's go. Yeah, it's $800 without Donkey Kong or what did I get? Mario Odyssey, which I bought after the fact. So just for the bundle, so the Mario Kart World bundle and the one game, the Donkey Kong Bonanza, was $900. That did not include the Mario Odyssey. Okay, so it's Hey, Funky Playbox, how you doing, man? Mr. Huck's in the house. How you guys doing? How's everybody out there? Thank you so much, PlayStation Sweden, for the donation, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for Lady Gamer to keeping these streets clean today. Lady Gamer, keep your eyes open, okay? There's this asshole out there that's been like, he's been spamming my chat, and he's been a real prick about it. He's done it on my last 2 live streams, so keep your eyes peeled if you see this guy. Don't worry, I'll tell you who. I'll let you know. He hasn't come around so far. Maybe the prick is sleeping in his cave. Troll. Or most likely his mom's basement, wearing 4-day-old underwear, asking mom where the pizza rolls are. But anyways, whatever. Getting back to it. So the Switch 2, with the Switch 2 bundle with one game on top of that is $900 here in Canada. That is fucking ridiculous. So that being the case, what I did is I went to the store. My kids had like a stack of Switch 1 games, right? So I'm like, let me just see. So I took all the games, like I don't know, like 14 games that they don't even play. It was like the Lego the Movie game. Like, who the hell was playing that? Like, my kids were, like, they got all these things as like stocking stuffers over the years and shit, right? From like, grandparents or uncles or aunts or whatever. So I stacked up all the games they don't play. And I think there was like 11 games. It wasn't 14. It was like 11 games. I stacked them up. And most of them were like Lego games, right? Lego Ninjago game for Switch 1. I'm like, ugh, whatever. What's up, Grumpy Gamer? How you doing, bud? Anyways, so what I did is I took them to the store, and I had a Switch 1 OLED, and I had extra Joy-Cons, and I had one of those Pro controllers or whatever else. So I brought it over. Well, we had a bunch of Pro controllers because, like I said, over the years, you tend to buy, my kids were getting accessories and shit like that. So I took it to the store, and I'm like, hey, I just want to know what I would get for this trade-in before I even think about getting a Switch 2 and upgrading this unit, because I'd be willing to spend like, between $4 and $5 Canadian dollars. And I'm like, but I'm not sure yet. Let me know. And the guy says to me, so I go to the GameStop, and the guy says to me, he goes, man, this is your lucky day. And I'm like, why? And he goes, you're a Platinum member, right? I said, yes. And he goes, Platinum members today only. It was a 1-day promotion. Can you imagine the luck of this? He says, you get 2-for-1 trade-ins today. I'm like, what does that mean? And then he goes, everything you trade in today, platinum members only get a 2-for-1 trade-in. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like, what would I get for all this? You guys ready for this? I got $600 in trade-in value from the Switch OLED, which was brand new, by the way. We bought it during the pandemic, barely touched it. It just sat in the dock forever, right? My kids didn't take it on the go and stuff because the Switch OLED was expensive. The Switch OLED, and I was getting, like, for those games, like I was telling you, like the Lego Ninjago game, I bet you if you trade that in for PS5 or Xbox, you probably get $2 for it. I was getting $30 for games like that, $32 for shitty games like that. And I'm like, are you kidding? I love Lego games, but not those ones. Those ones suck. The Lego movie game, atrocious game. So I got the trade. I got $600 trade-in. So by the time the receipt was like 8 miles long, right, with all the trade-ins. I ended up paying only $300 Canadian, which is about $200 American, okay? For a Switch 2, brand new, obviously, with Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. That is a steal. So to answer your question, Vet, the only reason why I bought the Switch 2 was because of that situation. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't even own a Switch 2. Now, the other thing is, like I told you guys before, all the people I know, all the casuals, all the parents, all the other kids, we are the only household that has a Switch 2. And I have talked to a bunch of people at the school and other parents that I hang out with on the street and all that shit. And none of them own a Switch 2. And I asked them, and I wanted to know because I wanted to know for my streams and for everything else. I said, why? And they said, it's too expensive. It's stupid. And we're not paying all that money. That's ridiculous. And like the kids can play the Switch 1. It's sitting right there. And that was the number one answer. Too expensive. Right? So that being the case, PS Vet, if it's going to be a paperweight for you, like for example, if you're putting all your money in the PlayStation and all your time on the PlayStation, and I don't know if you have an Xbox, I don't know if you have a PC, but even if you just let's say you just have a PlayStation. Okay? I know your name is PS Vet, so I'm assuming you have a PlayStation, right? So that being the case, if that's where you're spending all your time, don't buy it. If you don't travel a lot, don't buy it because you're just going to be wasting your money. I'm just going to say it like it is. Yeah, Grumpy Gamer saying the same thing. What is he saying? He goes, that was a great deal. Yeah, it was a great deal. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have bought it. He goes, I don't think I'll buy a Switch 2. My son barely plays a Switch 1. No, there you go. There you go. That's the thing. Like PS Vet, I only got it because I got it for $300 that included 2 games. That's it. That's the only reason why. Pushing Polygons is saying, but I bet if those parents really played games and wanted it, they'd have it regardless. For the most part, maybe. Maybe. Now I know one neighbor for sure who plays the Switch 1 every day. He's a huge Nintendo nut, but he can't justify spending $800. He can't do it. He's just like, I can't justify spending $800 on this thing. It's too much. And Devil Shooter, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the chat, it's a happy birthday for Devil Shooter out there in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody say happy birthday to Devil Shooter. Go say happy birthday to the young man. Say happy birthday to him. It's his birthday today. How old are you turning, dude? Oh, right. Okay, so Infinity Trippy, thank you for reminding me. He says, thoughts on Xbox Remote Play not working anymore. This is news to me. So did something happen behind the scenes that I'm not aware of? Did something happen? Because I didn't know that it stopped working. Not working anymore. What do you mean by that? I'm gonna have to look into that. Like I said, I didn't set this up for like a podcast where I research stuff and make sure I know what I'm talking about. Let me type it. Xbox Remote Play not working. Okay, there's fixes. I see fixes out there. I don't see anything new popping. Guys, a quick heads up. No, that was from 6 months ago. There we go, guys. I put some music on. What the hell? Hey, Emperor Hound, how you doing, buddy? Okay, so Devil Shooter, did you say how old are you turning? Or are you afraid to say? Hey, man, it's not like you're a girl and I'm asking you how much you weigh, okay? Because you know how sensitive girls get about that shit. When you be like, how much you weigh? Like 130 pounds? 135 pounds? And then they fucking lose it, right? We don't need that. We don't need that drama in our lives. Dude, I'm not seeing anything about it. I'm going to have to look into that and see if there's something else kicking. I'm going to look into that, brother. By the way, I don't have all my fancy graphs and everything here today with all my, like, you know, the MAGG show and all that stuff because this is not the same channel. On my Streamlabs, I have different scenes, they're called, and that's on a different scene. Now, I'm a little scared to go transfer over to that other scene where you got, like, sound effects and all that stuff, but I'm not sure I want to do all that because I don't know if that's going to do anything. I'm going to have to experiment with that one day, and if I change scenes, I'm afraid it's going to, like, you know, mess up the channel or something, or mess up the chat and, like, kick me off and start a new stream. I don't know, and I don't want to mess with it. So we're fine where we are. You're not getting any graphs today. You're not getting any fancy stuff, and you're not getting all the sound effects. Pushing polygons, that's suicide, dude. What are you talking about? What do you say? I've told the girl she's looking fat. Oh, my God, dude. Are you insane? First of all, there's another thing you don't do. If you ever see a girl, I've seen so many guys do this, especially in the, oh, my God. If you see a girl with a stomach, okay, like poking out, do not ask if she's pregnant. I have seen so many dudes put their foot in their mouth where I'm like, oh my God, like there's some, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, are you pregnant? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh my God. Alex, you missed it. Where were you? It was an hour ago. We're just shooting the breeze now. We're just shooting the breeze. The show's done, so now we're just hanging out. The Nintendo stream, I gave it a 7.5. I thought, just a recap, I thought it was actually quite decent. It was fun for the most part. A lot of stuff I won't buy because this is a supplementary console. That's the other thing I wanted to mention is that the Nintendo Switch 2 is a supplementary console to me. It's not my primary console, right? And the reason why I actually live streamed this event today and why I was interested in it is simply because I would, for the most part, I would say 90% of the time, I know this is kind of against the norm, but I would say that 90% of the time, I'm more interested in the third-party games for the Nintendo Switch 2 as opposed to first-party. Not into Metroid Prime 4. Heard it didn't really do all that well. Mario Kart World, listen, I could play Mario Kart for like a day or two, and then I'm bored. It's just a kart racer, and I'm just going in fucking circles. I'm just like, all right, whatever. Donkey Kong Bonanza, not my favorite Donkey Kong. It ain't no Donkey Kong Country, I'll tell you that much. The only ones I'm interested in are like 3D Mario games or even 2D Mario games. I'm interested in those. I'm not a Zelda guy, but I'm interested in the third-party stuff. So, like I said, to recap, I'm buying the Resident Evil Legacy Edition with the 3 games in it, 7, 8, and now 9. I will be buying that. I will be buying South of Midnight, and I'm 50-50 on the Indiana Jones thing. I might get that. And the other thing that I was looking into is that that first game, Orbitals, looks dope as fuck. I might be in on that one. That might be a good one. Cameron said the same thing. He goes, that's why I tuned in. I don't even have a Switch. All right. There you go. Funny Playbox, I missed it, but I keep getting notifications on my Discord, so I know what's happening. All right. Ooh, Infinity's asking me what features would I like to see in Fallout 5. I don't know. You know why? Because Fallout 5 is a long way away. A long way away. They're still farting around. They still got a team working on Starfield. They've got the other team. The majority of the team is working on Elder Scrolls 6. And then somewhere down the road, they've already started like preliminary stuff with Fallout 5. But I mean, that's just like, that could be like storyboarding, things like that. Nothing serious. Like they're not even doing anything like that like anytime soon. So it's going to be a while. It's going to be into the 2030s, bro. So by then, there could be so many new features and things like that Fallout would have. I wouldn't even begin to know what they're planning on doing with that game. I'm going to start selling these if anybody wants them. I am the MAGG coffee mugs. Because not everybody's a MAGG. Not everybody. There's young people out there in the chat. But, you know, people around our age, there's a lot of MAGs out there. There's middle-aged game guys. Y'all are middle-aged game guys, and Lady Gamer, you're a middle-aged game girl. So guess what? It still fits. You're a middle-aged game girl, and all the dudes are middle-aged game guys. So everybody's a MAG. Make sure I don't say the wrong letter in there. PS Fat Gaming goes, see, aren't you glad I asked that question? I opened up a huge can of worms. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Did you hear that Borderlands 4 is on ice for Switch 2? No. I thought I saw something new about an update about it. But I guess not. James Black, are you back? Because you're saying, what's up, Mag and chat. I swear you were here earlier. Oh, no, that was James C. Sorry, there's two James in the chat. Sorry, James Black. How you doing? Yeah, there's two James in the chat. There was James C. and now James Black. So now there's James B. and James C. Now they're both here. Senior citizen game guy. Dude, you better calm down, okay, dude? I'll be a senior citizen in exactly 14 years and 2 weeks. So anyway, that being the case, Lady Gamer, I'm gonna start putting these when I start doing merch and stuff. I'm gonna put these on the website. I'll be cheap too, like be $10. I'm not a monster. Okay, but okay, it came out yesterday that Borderlands 4 is on ice. Yeah, man. Let me tell you something, man. I put in about 20 hours into Borderlands 4, and I kind of put it on ice because you know how the fall goes, right? A bunch of other big games come out. I'm going to get back to it because I'm such a huge Borderlands fan. But from people that I know that were really, really like just pushing with the game and continue with it, that there were a lot of problems with it. And that's really disappointing from such a huge game. It was one of my most anticipated games of 2025. Now, I'm sure they fixed a lot of that. Like I'm playing it on the PlayStation, the PS5 Pro. And I'm sure they've fixed a lot of it now. But, like, man, these guys really fucked that game up. Excuse my language. Yeah, James Black, I faced some problems here and there. But, man, it was tough. Here we go again. How you doing? Oh, shit. Here we go again. Little Snoop Dogg for everybody to start the morning. Wish I was more excited about Fallout 4, but it's hard to be excited playing a game that is free on Xbox if you have Xbox Live at any level of live. Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like I said, the Switch 2 is a supplemental console for me, and it'll only be played periodically by me. There is almost zero chance, unless I'm playing it in bed, there's almost zero chance that I'm going to be dipping into the Switch 2 on a daily basis. And that's why I will buy games here and there for like if I go up north, or you know I'm going to be going on the plane in September, flying to Munich. For like long flights like that, things like. But other than that, I'm not going to be like walking around with the Switch 2 like continuously, right? Maybe my son might be interested in playing Resident Evil on there. I'm not really sure. But it's not like when I come down to this studio that we're in right now, I'm playing my PlayStation, I'm playing my Xbox, and that's like almost 100% of the time. I'm streaming on my PS5 Pro, right? In May, by the way, I will be streaming on Xbox for Forza Horizon 6, so I'll be streaming that game here. And, of course, channel members have first dibs. We can all jump in and do multiplayer live streams. We're going to be doing a lot of that on there, just a side note. So we will be doing a lot of that on the channel. That'll be a lot of fun. So we shall see. Holy shit, PlayStation 5 sweet. I got 200 hours on Borderlands 4. Yeah, let me tell you something, dude. I get 100% on all the Borderlands games. So if you go back and look at, on most of them, I did them on Xbox because I had a lot of them. I was game sharing with my wife on Xbox in those days, but she doesn't have an Xbox anymore. She's a full-out pony now. So I live in a house of ponies. Everybody in my house has a PlayStation now instead of Xbox. I'm the only one who has an Xbox still. So I don't game share with my wife on Xbox anymore. So all my third-party games I buy on PlayStation so that she can play them, right? Because I'm not going to buy them twice. That's ridiculous. So and it's not financially prudent. It'd be silly. Can you imagine me buying like a full game price on Xbox and then my wife buys the same game at full price for the PlayStation? We live in the same house. So anyways, the other games like the Handsome Jack Collection, Borderlands 2, Borderlands, the pre-sequel, Borderlands 3. If you go back on my Xbox and check them out, I got 1,000 out of 1,000, 3,000 out of 3,000, 2,000 out of 2,000 achievement points on all those games, including all the DLCs. I have 100% completion on those games. I love Borderlands. I just haven't had time to dip back into Borderlands 4 and start playing it again. So I will go back and do that. And the good thing about Borderlands is because of like the stylized graphics and all that kind of stuff, it's always a great frame rate and all that. But That's a game you could go back to in a year and 2 years, and it'll never look dated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll never look or feel dated because it just performs well. Starfield guy, how's it going, buddy? Spamming the MAGG face all over the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Guardian, how are you? You were hoping the Direct was going to show something new. Listen, I got, hey, Starfield guy, there you go. Hey, MAGG, first time I've caught you live, bud. Hey, nice to see you, brother. Now, here's the thing. Speaking of which, Starfield guy, when I saw the Keebler elf there, Todd Howard, when he came out, I was like, no way. I thought they were going to announce it because I was adamant that I said the Xbox Summer Showcase or the game, whatever, or even Keeley's event, Summer Games Fest, I said they're going to show Starfield at the Summer Games Fest. They're going to announce it for PlayStation and the Switch 2 on the same day. But then I see the Keebler elf show up, and then I'm like, oh shit, he's going to announce it today. And then he had just announced legacy titles, Fallout 4, Oblivion Remastered, that's a great one. So he did announce that stuff today. Sorry, I call him the Keebler elf because he sounds like a Keebler elf, and he's like 3 feet tall. He's like a hobbit. And he's like a horse, you know, the horse jockeys, you know how like they're like tiny humans?
Well, then when you hear his voice, and then you hear Todd Howard's voice, and it's like, hello, I'm Todd Howard of Bethesda.
And I'm like, he's literally a munchkin from like Wizard of Oz. He's so cute. I want to pick him up and just put him in a basket on the front of my bicycle and ride down the street with it. Come on, Todd, we're going. Put him in the little basket.
Okay, MAGG, let's go for a bike ride.
Put him in the basket. So anyways, when I saw him show up in the Nintendo Direct today, I'm like, oh, here we go. Are you kidding me? This is a shock. Because I figured PlayStation being the bigger player base right now, they would actually announce Starfield for PlayStation first. That would be like the premiere thing, and then have it shown for the Switch 2 as not an afterthought. That sounds like kind of rude, but like as like a secondary showing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, by the way, it's also coming to Switch 2. By the way, if anybody did not know this, and Starfield guy specifically, if you guys did not know this, is that the Switch 2 version of Starfield will have a performance mode running at 60 FPS. And that I know because I know people who've play tested it. So that's really cool. That's really cool. All right, Lav. Thanks for stopping by, brother. I appreciate you, man. Law. Wait, Horizon game announced? No. Nothing was announced. No Horizon game was announced, unfortunately. Pushing Polygons is saying Todd Howard reminds me of a character from a gnome cartoon in the 1980s. Yeah, he sounds like it. Okay, yeah, I know that, yeah, Starfield, you're not wrong. So the rumors that they're showing or releasing Starfield in April for PS5, I suspect this might be another Xbox Developer Direct. No, Xbox is not doing another Developer Direct, from what I understand, not till the summer. And, I mean, it's not that far off. Everybody's like, oh, the summer, that seems so long. Not really. It's only 3 months away, and then, like, we're right there because it's the first week of June. It's like June 5th or 6th. The only reason why I know is that I'm still toying with the idea of flying to LA to go visit all the other scumbag creators, content creators out there like Colt Eastwood and Zocker and all those guys. Everybody else are super nice, but Zocker and Colt Eastwood are both scumbags. So but either way, I'm just kidding. So, but either way, yeah, I might still consider that. So I think it's like June 5th and 6th or whatever, and 7th. I don't know, one of those dates in there. They just revealed a Horizon game out of nowhere. What Horizon game? Like Forza Horizon? You're gonna have to specify. I want to know what. I don't want to know what happened because if it would happen while I'm live, I'm not looking at the news and stuff, right? So, yeah. Pushing Polygons, you're absolutely right. It could show up at a state of play. Absolutely. That would make a lot more sense because Sony, like I said, has the bigger player base than Switch does. Switch 2, and so that being the case, I could see them getting. Oh, Horizon multiplayer game. Get the frig out of here. Really? Like, is it Horizon Forbidden West multiplayer game? Holy shit, they announced it now? Now I gotta check this out. I gotta find it. I knew nothing about it. It's okay, I'm gonna take a look. Guerrilla's making it. I knew they were making something, but like... Wow. Grumpy Gamer, I am working on that, dude. He goes, I'm here to demand that you put the Magcast on Spotify. Absolutely. And technically, this is not really a Magcast. This was just like the live reaction. And now we're just having some fun. Why not? I mean, I'm totally jacked up on my cocaine-filled coffee. As a discerning gentleman, I only drink my cocaine. I don't snort it. Listen, man, I drink like 2 coffees a month, okay? Like, I don't drink coffee. Not good for blood pressure and shit like that, right? So I don't really do all that stuff. And so I have, like, you know, the pods, like the Tim Hortons pods. And then I have, like, the funky little machine, the whatever the hell that thing machine is called. You pour the water in the back, and then you slam the pod in. Keurig. I have the Keurig machine in the kitchen. And it gets about as much use. My Keurig machine gets about as much use as my Switch 2 does, like twice a month. There you go. You want a comparison? And then I put my I Am the Mag cup underneath. You just press the button and get my nice, beautiful coffee. Colt Eats Wood is in the chat. Not Colt Eastwood. It's Colt Eats Wood is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. He says, how was it direct? I give it a 7.5. 7.5. Starfield guys saying a lot of rumors about 2 large PlayStation IPs coming to Xbox this year. Maybe D's gonna rise. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about those games. No. I mean, they got Helldivers 2, but Helldivers 2 was not. I mean, it's their IP, but the studio, I think they wanted multi-platform from the beginning. But I'm not sure how that deal all worked out when it came to Helldivers, how they all worked it out in the end, but we'll see. But as for those other games, I don't think so. I mean, we've heard rumors about that last year. Remember that? Like with the other rumors and like, you know, there was like pictures of like the Series S with Spider-Man on it. I'm like, guys, calm down. It's not happening. And by the way, I actually spoke to a couple of guys from Insomniac. This is a while ago. I think it was in the summer. I spoke to some guys in the summer from Insomniac, and they literally laughed in my face. I'm like, you don't have to laugh in my face, nerd. Developers. And I'm like, you know, this is not online, right? You say something out of line, I'll punch you in the mouth. But anyways, I'm just kidding. But I did talk to those guys, and they laughed in my face when they talked about Spider-Man going to PlayStation, and I'm like, or going to Xbox, and I'm like, okay, man, you don't have to laugh about it. I just asked a question. I said, a lot of people are talking about it. I was just curious. Now, it wasn't those ridiculous laughs, like, you know, they're not like, with a pipe. Like, it wasn't like that. They were just like, they kind of laughed. They're like, that's not happening. And I'm like, okay, all right. Calm down. I'm like, calm down. I had to ask. I mean, how often do you get to talk to Insomniac developers, right? I mean, it just happened to happen, you know, whatever. I won't tell you the circumstances, but either way, how often do you get them in front of your face where you can say, hey, what happened here? And yeah, so they said that's not happening. So anyway, sorry, back to that question. Starfield guy, I don't know anything about that, and I haven't heard anything. So... yeah. Hey, Heatwave, how you doing, bud? He was saying it was okay. It was a 7. Heatwave is saying that the show was a 7. All right, I gave it a 7.5 because it was he's saying the same thing I said. You want to give Indiana Jones that boost like a year later? Like, I mean, it's doing fine for what it is and all that jazz. And then we'll see how the performance is on the Switch too in terms of sales and all that stuff. However, I think that if you go down the road another, like, let's say 8 months or so, let's say in like 2027, just like Ubisoft did with Avatar, launch a third-person mode for Indy Jones. Come on, man. Just do it. Just do it. You might have a resurgence of the game. You might sell another 1 million copies because everybody will think it's kind of like a little bit of an Uncharted situation going on there. A little bit of Tomb Raider. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm just saying. I know some people get pissed off when I say that. Seth Monsters, you're not wrong. Spider-Man is on the Xbox ROG Ally. Yes. Which is a PC. With the Xbox interface in it. But still, whatever. Technically, you're getting your Spider-Man there, so, you know. Starfield coming to PlayStation in April. Yeah, okay, so maybe, let's get back to that. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's exactly what's happening. So there's a possibility out there, folks, that we should be getting a state of play because Sony's going to do a state of play to talk about Saros, right? That's their big first-party game that's coming out in the spring of this year, coming out in April, because they had delayed it. So they had delayed it from March into April. So they're going to have a state of play there. If Starfield is indeed going to be coming out in April, well, see, that's the other thing. Do you launch? Now, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you launch Starfield PS5 the same time as your first party game Soros from Housemark? I'm just saying. Right? Like, do you do that? I mean, Avowed is going to PlayStation at some point, I think, in the next little bit here. You know, there's a lot of stuff kind of moving around now, but like, you know, there's a lot going on. I don't know. James Black, I'm not sure about the Indiana Jones sales performance. Heatwave is saying Magnus 2 SKU model. There will be a 2 SKU model, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be different. I don't think it's going to be a hybrid and traditional Xbox. I think it's going to be based on size and power, very similar to the ROG Ally and the Ally X, like that kind of thing. And I know from I know internal projections for the price ranges is between $1,200 and $1,500 US dollars. $11.99 to $14.99 US dollars are the projected prices for now. That may change over the next year and a half. We're not sure, or 2 years, whatever. But we'll see about that. But those are the internal prices. Avowed is on PlayStation February 17th. That's my birthday, by the way. That's my birthday. And by the way, that's going to be February 17th, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's on a Tuesday, which is MAGCast Day. It is. So my birthday, my 51st birthday, will be live on the air for MAGCast that night. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, we shall see. But anyways, anybody have any more questions before we sign off for the day? We did almost 2 hours here. It's actually pretty amazing. Mag, are you ponies going to buy Starfield? No, I did not like Starfield. I have it. I have the deluxe edition of Starfield. It was given to me by them. I did not enjoy it. I didn't finish it, and I just couldn't get through it. I'm like, I can't do this. It just didn't do anything for me. And like I said, love it or hate it, whatever. It just. I just felt like I was playing like an RPG from 2010, and I just was like, I'm not getting into this. The story, I didn't know it was like, I didn't understand what really was going on. I kind of had an idea. I don't want to get into the Starfield thing. It just wasn't for me. So no, I will not be buying Starfield again. Not a chance. See, Starfield guy, wash your mouth out, man. Like I said, man, everybody's opinion matters here. And no one's going to ever be disrespected for that. So Starfield guy, I mean, the guy's name is Starfield guy, for crying out loud. So I'm imagine he loves Starfield, and that's totally cool. Colt Eastwood, he's got an illness. He needs to go see a psychiatrist, because between Starfield and Fallout, the guy's playing the same 2 games over and over and over. I'm like, dude, you got to get out of there. I got to get you out of there. I'm going to get him to play Resident Evil. He's going to drop Fallout and Starfield. I mean, like, dude, enough. You've played those games. It's enough. You know what I mean? So, we'll see what happens there. But anyways, yeah, if nobody has any more questions, I'm going to sign off. But I'll give you guys another 30 seconds, see if there's any more questions we have about whatever you guys want to talk about. If not, then we'll continue with the Nintendo thing. Like I said, to recap, I gave it a 7.5. I thought it was a fun showing. Now, the one thing I did like about this showcase, I'm going to talk about this very briefly. The one thing I did like about this showcase is that they didn't waste our time. They gave us 30 minutes of action-packed footage, non-stop, well-paced, well-edited, well-oiled machine. Just slam it, like just clubber langing the whole show. Bang, bang. Like, the first fight that he has with Rocky? Not the second one where Lang gets his ass kicked. The first one where Clubber Lang comes out and is just pounding Rocky into a pulp. That's what this showcase was like. This Nintendo Direct, they were just hammering us with trailer after trailer after trailer after trailer. They didn't show us like the blue-haired devs sitting there crying, eating salad, talking about modern audience. Shut the fuck up. Just put the games out there, make the trailers, put some funky music to it, show us the thing, good pacing, let's get going. That's what I'm talking about. Nintendo should get an extra 0.5 for me because of the pacing of the show. I might raise it to an 8. Okay? I don't need to see the developers talking and crying and talk about their inspirations. Nobody cares. If you want to do, well, people do care, but if you want to do that, do it in a news article, do it in an interview, do it in another thing. And you see what they did? They said, oh, by the way, if you want to hear more about Resident Evil Requiem from the director, we're doing a separate video after the direct. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You do it after the direct. You don't do it during the direct and then just make the show sag, okay, like an old man's balls, like sag into the ground. No, you put the thing on, like you put the show on the show. You want to have the after talk and this and that. You want to have the couch conversations. Totally cool. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Matt. I'm going to download Progmata as soon as we're done this. Hey, Meat Puppet. How you doing, buddy? He's saying that... Dude, you called me the nag. Look what you wrote in the chat. You put at the nag. Am I a horse? Am I a horse or am I just a naggy housewife?
You said you were going to be home by 6 p.m. The meatloaf is cold.
Good day, sir. Yeah. Hey, Buck Rogers, how you doing, buddy? What about the pillow talk? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Don't give me that. You see what Nintendo just did? And by the way, I'm only joking about the politics stuff, okay? You know, some people get riled up. I actually lost a listener last week because I made a joke about something, right? And then put in the chat, and then she goes, and now you lost me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, if people can't take a joke, but whatever. Samuel L. Jackson and, Samuel L. Jackson and Django Unchained. On that nag! I won't say the first part, okay? I don't need to get banned. No, I'm not the nag. I'm the mag. Okay, let's see what Davis has got for us before we sign off for today. Loaded question, Mag. What stopped Xbox from being pseudo third-party, investing heavily on their own PC platform instead of feeding Steam, PS, PlayStation, Nintendo just there? But I wonder what went wrong. What happened was profit margins. Profit margins were not met, and the reason for that, Davis, is not a loaded question. I'm going to give you an honest answer, and I know because I speak to the people who actually work on this stuff. What ended up happening is they did not meet their profit margins put forth by Amy Hood and, of course, Satya Nadella, in line. He doesn't do the profit margins, but he's obviously oversees what goes on, right? And what ends up happening is Game Pass, and I'm not blaming Game Pass, but I'm saying is because of Game Pass, they weren't getting the profit margins required in order to be able to be a sustainable business. And I'm not saying Game Pass is not sustainable before someone misquotes me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying from a profit margin point of view, it wasn't making enough sense to them because what happens is they get the money that comes in from Game Pass, which is profitable. But what happens is it has to fund the studio's future projects on top of paying for the projects that are in there now. And it wasn't adding up the way they wanted. So they said, this is not making any financial sense to be able to just do this and then sell them on Xbox and sell on PC plus the Game Pass model. They're going to have to become a publisher. Now, what sparked all this was not Bethesda. What sparked all this was ABK. Once ABK was in the fold and the deal went through for $69 billion, whatever else, then they looked at the situation and said, this is not making entire sense. On top of the fact that Call of Duty was going to be a game, World of Warcraft are going to be a game that will continue to be on multiple systems regardless of the situation, right? They would remain third party. I know PlayStation doesn't have World of Warcraft, whatever, but you know what I'm getting at, right? Particularly with Call of Duty. So what happened there is once they had all that in the fold, they said, well, okay, in order to pay the staff, it's not about paying back the $69 billion. It is, but it's also to pay the staff that's there now. Of course, they're going to start firing and layoffs for redundancies and all that kind of stuff. We've already had that discussion a million times. But it's also to basically keep the lights on for the tens of thousands of employees that you have now harbored from these acquisitions. And as a result of that, profit margins have to be raised in order to meet those demands. So not only are you trying to keep the lights on, pay the rent, pay the staff, deal with all of that stuff, all the headaches of dealing with multiple, thousands of staff members, now you're trying to deal with the subscription service and you're trying to hit profit margins on top of that. So it's a lot to digest. I mean, it's too much to be able to just sit there and say, okay, let's figure this all out. Whatever. That's the basic overview. And so they had decided a couple of years ago, more than a couple of years ago, it's almost 3 years ago now, that they were going to launch Project Latitude to go third party with PlayStation and Nintendo Switch in order to increase profit margins. Now, Nintendo Switch was not released yet, but obviously they knew it was coming, and so that was part of it. And so that's what drove, basically ABK was the catalyst that basically drove this situation to the forefront. It was always there in their minds, but like I said, the catalyst that actually sparked the situation was the ABK deal finally going through. And then that's what ended up moving it off into that direction. How do I know all this? Well, a little bit of common business sense. And then on top of it, I actually spoke to the people who actually work on the finances with the company. And they actually told me all this information and laid it out pretty plainly to me. And this is a long time ago. Right? And told me exactly what they're doing, why they're doing it, and all this other stuff. And that's when I started talking about it. I started talking about it late 2023. And then 2024, I was crucified for saying all those things. And then, 2025 happened and started happening. I'm like, I fucking told you guys, but hey, whatever. What do I know? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to call you Phylaw or FY-Law. I'll call you Phylaw. Math wasn't mathing. Exactly. Colt eats wood. He says, "Bye, Mag. I'll see you later, buddy." Now, I don't know if you mean bye, Mag, like you're never coming back. You better. You're a channel member now. You're not going anywhere. You're gonna have to take all my jokes. I don't care if they're inappropriate or not. Yeah. Mark Mirko. He's insufferable people who can't take a single joke should get off the internet. Yeah, no kidding, right? No kidding. That's what I'm talking about. You make a joke and like right away. I made a joke. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Well, I'm gone. Whatever she said. Well, you lost me forever. Okay. What do you want me to do? It's like stand-up comedians, man. You go up on the stage, you don't know how it's gonna go. You don't know how it's all gonna go down. You can say your things and do whatever. Look at the Dave Chappelle's last stand-up. Look at Dave Chappelle's last stand-up on Netflix. He said some pretty crazy stuff in that show, right? And then when he said that stuff, you have people cheering, and then you have a bunch of people saying, "I'll never watch him again." That's just the way show business goes, man. There's nothing you can do about it. You just put yourself out there. You be honest. You crack a few jokes. Do whatever you got to do, and you just be yourself. The right people will come along. That's the way it goes. And that, by the way, apply that to your life. Don't apply that just to YouTube and social media. Just be yourself. Be authentic to yourself, and be authentic to everybody around you. And the right people you will be surrounded by the right people, not the wrong people. Grifters do that. People looking to bulk their numbers for no reason. Those are the people who do that. You don't want that in your life. You want the right people in your life. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Some early morning advice from the MAGG. Davis is saying, had my suspicions, but damn, so it wasn't worth the long-term risk after ABK deal. They're making money. They're making a shitload of money off of the ABK. I don't want people to get that twisted around. All right? They're making a ton of money off of that. But when Amy Hood, the CFO of the company, is looking at everything, she's like, we need to expand this out. Why do you think, and the thing is, that's the other thing. I know some people will push back on it and be like, well, man, that's not true. Of course it's true. Why the hell? Now, think about this for 1 second. Why the hell would they go third party if everything was working out? And like I said, it's not because Game Pass is unsustainable or anything. It's making money. It's making money. But the thing is, the growth of the service was not where they wanted it to be, and therefore they didn't see where it was going to be going. Look at Netflix. Like, Netflix has got a situation on their hands, even with 200 million subscribers or whatever. Now they're trying to bite off more they can chew with this Warner Brothers situation, right? In order to make that work, they have to be at 250 million, 300 million, and even then they're not 100% sure if it's going to work. I keep hearing from executives that, well, I can't say from where, but either way, I keep hearing that they are always on the brink. Like every 6 months, there's always the fear that they're on the brink of not actually succeeding beyond what, every 6 months. I'm trying to be very vague here because I don't want to get people in trouble. But like, you know what I mean? Like there's always that situation. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with subscription services. There's tons of them out there and they're doing just fine. And Game Pass is one of them, doing just fine. But in order to take on those other studios, those other publishers or whatever else, and bring them into the fold, they had to expand outwards in order to meet the profit margins in a timely manner, so that when they have quarterly earnings, the investors don't get spooked. And so they had to expand beyond that. Now, on top of that, the other reason why for the publishing arm is the publishing arm was also put out there for another reason. It's a fail-safe. And that's another thing that a lot of people don't mention enough, is that the publishing arm is a fail-safe. So if everything else doesn't work out, or let's say one day for whatever reason they decide, forget it, Game Pass no longer exists, or they're going to price people out of it, right? And that's another thing. The reason why the prices keep going up is not because any other reason that the corporate mantra is this: if you're not bringing in more people that you need in order to make the business run, start charging the people more who are already there. And that is a fact. You look at any part of a business, that's exactly what every corporation does. They do the same thing over and over. If the numbers are not being met, charge the people who are there more money. And all of them are doing it. All the subscription services are doing it. How many times do you guys look at your bills and just see like, what the fuck? Netflix went up again? Disney Plus started at $5. Now it's $30 fucking in Canada. What are we talking about, right? It just keeps going up and up and up and up. And why is that? If the growth isn't there, I mean, the growth is there. PC Game Pass is actually doing really well. Those numbers keep actually going much higher, which is actually great to see. But anyway, the thing is that if the numbers aren't there, then you charge the people that are there more. And that's a fact. That is an absolute fact. However, that being the case, third-party publishing is a fail-safe. So that if everything else fails at the end of the day, let's just say, because remember, Microsoft, Sony, Apple, Google, Amazon, they're not thinking tomorrow. They're thinking 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 25-year projections. That's what they do, because they're not looking at now. They're not looking at, Satya doesn't sit down at the desk and goes, all right, guys, what's going on tomorrow? Like, no, that's not how it works. You know what Satya says? What do we got for 2045? That's what they do. So anyways, the point is that they see trajectories and they're like, okay, it's heading in this direction. Okay, well, if this doesn't work or whatever, we'll make an adjustment in 2030, 2035, whenever we think this might happen, that might happen, whatever, blah, blah. And they might not even be there. They might be dead. They might be retired. They might not even be working at the company anymore. But they have to do that for the next person. That's how these things operate. And as a result of that, what they do beyond that, I smell banana bread. I think my wife is making banana bread upstairs. Delicious. Anyways, that's what they do. So if something doesn't work out, the publishing arm is also a fail-safe. So let's just say, for argument's sake, everything else completely crashes and burns, right? Let's just say, for argument's sake, they could still be a Ubisoft. They could still be an EA. You know what I mean? Maybe not Ubisoft. Nobody wants to be Ubisoft right now. They make great games, but my God, they don't know how to run that fucking company. But you see what I mean? They'll be a third-party publisher, and they will continue to print money. And that's why Sarah Bond talked about how they're going to be focusing in the future on the surefire hits. Your Call of Duties, your Minecrafts. You know what I'm saying? Your World of Warcrafts. That's what, that wasn't cryptic what she said. That was laying it right out for you, that their focus moving forward is going to be those big titles. And those are the ones that are basically the printing money, okay? Cue the song from Scarface. Take it to the limit. Limit. Walk along the razor's edge. Sorry, I can't sing this early in the morning. My voice is not ready. You know what I mean? The money's printed in and you see like them all counting the money. Doo-doo-doo, the song's playing. Those are the games that print money. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I hope that answered your question. Holy shit, that was like a 15-minute question. Funky Playbox is saying, rotate your streams, FOMO costs money. What are you talking about? You know what I did with Netflix, by the way, Sweden? First of all, I'm starting to cut back on all this shit, and I'm getting a lot more picky and choosy when it comes to subscription services. My Netflix now is the lowest tier. You know, the one that has the advertisements? I don't watch Netflix all that often. My kids do, but my kids don't give a shit about the commercials, so whatever, man. They're watching their anime and their Demon Slayers, whatever the hell. They don't care that there's a commercial every half hour. It takes me out of the immersion. If I'm watching something, I'm like, oh my God. And like something serious is going to happen. I'm watching the Frankenstein movie and they're like, but sir, the monster's at the door. Right? And I'm watching. I'm like, oh my God, he's at the door. Let's see what's going on. And then all of a sudden it's like, do you need a new vacuum cleaner? And I'm like, God damn it with the ad. You took me out of the immersion of the film. You know what I mean? But I barely watch Netflix. So I went to the lowest tier there. Game Pass, canceled it. It's $40 a month in Canada. That's a hard no from the MAGG. And I've already said it before. I'd actually rather just buy my Xbox games. It's funny how this turned into like an Xbox PlayStation show all of a sudden. We just kind of like walked away from Nintendo. I buy my Xbox games at full price is actually more financially prudent for me than spending than paying $500 a year on Game Pass. $480 a year on Game Pass doesn't make any sense to me. So what I would do is I'd actually rather curate, decide what Xbox games I want to buy, and I'll buy them at full price. It's actually cheaper for me in the long run because I don't want to play all of them. Like, for example, I'm not going to be playing that clay pot game that Kiln. Double Fine. No offense to the game, and obviously no offense to Jack Black, who runs the company there, who runs Double Fine. But I'm just saying, he's a funny guy. I like him. Tim Schafer. But it's not for me. So I will buy my Xbox games. It actually works out better. I actually have in my pocket, not in my physical pocket, but I have in my back pocket, I've got a month of Game Pass Ultimate. I'll be utilizing that. I'll be activating that in the end of May when Forza Horizon 6 comes out. I'm going to play Forza Horizon 6. I'm going to play the shit out of it for a month, get my fill, and I will be buying Gears of War E-Day at full price. I will buy Call of Duty at full price. I will buy Fable at full price, God willing that the game turns out great. Right? So I got those 3 games right there. What else was there? I feel like there was something else. Fable, Gears, Call of Duty. I can't remember. I think that was it. I'll buy those games at full price. Even at $100 a pop, tax included in Canada, that works out to $300. That's infinitely cheaper than $480. Now, the thing is, obviously, there's going to be a mountain of other games there in Game Pass or whatever else. A lot of them I've already played, especially like those other titles. Like they're bringing in those Ubisoft titles. I played them all already, right? And everything else. So I do that. And then a lot of the smaller titles, A, I'm not really all that interested in, and B, I don't have the time. I would have to like basically be on Game Pass full time without playing any other games on my PlayStation or third party and Nintendo Switch too. I would have to be almost exclusively on there for it to be financially worth it for me. So therefore, I'm not doing it. So I cancel Game Pass as well. I start scaling back on other subscription services because there's only so much time in the day and so much content to consume. It's impossible to do so. So that's the thing. I hope that answered your questions, guys. Stefano Magagats, how you doing, buddy? Buck Rogers. Yeah, YouTube has gone extremely bad with the ads. Yeah, now I have YouTube Premium, and I have YouTube Premium for a reason because of the channel. But I can't even imagine the ads. They're really friggin' bad. Now, when I do videos that are longer than 8 minutes, I think, or 8 or 10 minutes or whatever, it literally tries to put ads in between the video, and I actually say no because I don't want my viewers to get pissed off. So they're already getting pissed off as it is with all the ads. I can't help the ones at the beginning of the video. It is what it is, but or even at the ends of the video. But I actually remove the they call it mid-roll ads, mid-credit roll ads, whatever you want to call it, mid-roll ads. I actually cancel that. So I actually would rather lose money for me, profit for me, than piss off my viewers. So I turn that shit off. Otherwise, you're going to be watching commercials every 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. No. I don't want my viewers to be pissed off. I don't want my fans and my friends and the channel members and everybody else and the maggots out there. I don't want anybody to get pissed off at that stuff. No, so I turn them off. So I actually would rather sacrifice money than the happiness of my viewers. And no, I'm not kissing your asses. I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious. You know what I mean? So I do that. So I'm like, no, I don't want to piss people off. Y'all are here supporting me. I don't want you guys to be, put in that situation. So I remove them. I'm actually shocked, HNS. You know what? I'm actually shocked they didn't show Halo today for the Switch 2 because it's already been announced for PlayStation, right? I am shocked beyond words that we did not get a Halo combat or a campaign evolved trailer for the Switch 2 today. I am actually disappointed in that, and I would consider getting it on there too. Consider. I mean, because whatever. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed they didn't show Halo. Harry Ballsack is actually, Mag, do you think Crimson Desert hype is real? I talked about that at the beginning of the show before the Nintendo Direct went live. I'm going to go 50-50 on it because I've been burned so many times before with the promise of amazingness. And oh my God, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. And the hype is growing and whatever else. This is an unproven developer with an unproven engine. I've never heard of these guys before. Never heard of their engine before. They made their own engine. And hey, if the shit is hot, I'll be the first one there to praise it. But I got to tell you, man, I've been around. I've you know what I mean? I've been here before, so many times before, with so many games, over so many decades. My experience in this gaming industry has told me to be optimistically cautious. Does that make any sense? Does that make sense to you guys? My instinct after being in this industry for so long, 46 years, it's telling me to be cautious. And I am going to listen to my gut instinct. So I'm going to wait. I want to see what you guys think. And gals, what you guys think about Psychonauts 2 is the best Xbox game of this entire generation, Stefano. Hands down. Hands down. I can't think of it. If you guys can name another, besides Forza Horizon 5, I can't think of another Xbox game that actually touches Psychonauts 2. As the best game so far. I'm not saying the generation's not over. So far, for me personally, Psychonauts 2 is the best Xbox game of this generation. And don't forget it was up for Game of the Year. It's the only one that was up for Game of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, but I don't know. We'll see. Gaming garbage. Seeing it, I'd rather play all of them available on another platform than on Switch 2. Hey, fair enough, fair enough. All opinions are respected here. So anyways, to answer that question once again, I'm cautious about Crimson Desert, not for negative reasons, is because I've been burned before. And if it doesn't turn out, then I'll be the first to say, hey man, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I'm going to say this is why I'm cautious when it comes to this. Because you know, I've been in this I've been in this rodeo before. I've done this rodeo before, okay? How many times? Countless times over the decades. Never mind years, folks. We're talking decades. Decades. I've done this before, and I've seen it before, and I've been burned so many times before, and so many a lot of other gamers. Some people, you know, they just don't learn. And I'm like, listen, man, hey, whatever. There's always a new generation to get fooled by something. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. Like I said, this game might be a 9 out of 10. It might be absolutely amazing. It might be the game of the year. It might give GTA 6 a run for its money. We don't know. We don't know until it's in our hands. And that's what I'm going to wait for. I'm going to wait for until it's in the hands of the actual gamers. And I'm going to ask all of you and say, what's going on, and get a litmus test and get a feeling for what's happening with this game. So it'll be very interesting to see. Pushing polygons, don't be a pain in the ass. Because that Redfall is fire. Magnus in 2027, fall. Analog AI saying, Crimson Desert, I'm not afraid engine performance, but the game can be generic. Well, we're going to have to see in the long run, right? We're going to have to see how this game plays in the long run. We're not 100% sure yet. I mean, it might be boring. It might be hot. It might be, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. We're going to have to wait and see. But like I said, I'm going to just be I'm going to be like the plane outside of Heathrow Airport in London. I'm just going to be in a holding pattern until they allow me to land. That's basically what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do the holding pattern. And I'm going to wait, and I'm going to kind of look from above. And then when tower control there says, all right, Mag, you can land now. And then I'll be like, all right, let's go. Then we'll land the plane and we'll play the game. Or they're saying, never mind, turn around, go home. We're going to have to wait and see, man. We're just going to have to wait and see. Sofa King, you joined us. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so Sofa King's talking the same. You see the new Horizon Online co-op game. It's on PlayStation 5 and PC. Interesting. I'm going to have to check that out after the show, but Analog is saying he was 50-50 about Kingdom Come Deliverance, but it's his top 3 of 2025. But I'm old and, and even not hyped for GTA 6. All good. Mind's Eye 2, let's go. Mind's Eye 2, day 1. So anyhow, all right, folks, that turned into a 2+ hour show. That's amazing. That was an epic day. And we had a lot of viewers in here today. I'm so happy that you guys came and joined me this early. I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I was setting up the stream and then my wife took the kids to school and I'm like, honey, I don't think I'm even going to get 5 people to watch this because there's so many people. Hey, Ham, how you doing, bud? You're showing up at the end. I'm at 2 hours and 10 minutes here. But it's okay. The fact that you showed up and said hi, good enough. So anyways, I told my wife, I'm like, honey, it's like 8:45 in the morning. I don't know who the hell's going to show up. I literally just finished streaming at like 1 o'clock in the morning last night, finishing Silent Hill F, right? And so like the fact that we did that, and then I'm like 7 hours later or whatever, I'm back on the air, and I'm like, I don't even think anybody's going to show up. They're probably all sleeping. I'm like, who the hell's going to come to this thing? Like maybe 5 people. And I'm like, plus other people are streaming. I know Marlin Gaming is streaming. Reforge is Reforge is streaming. Marlin is streaming. Some other guys are streaming. And they're all doing the live reactions. JKB here from Toronto. He's got a pretty big following. He's, you know what I mean? He was live streaming. And he's got like 100,000 plus subs and stuff. So like, I'm like, shit, I got no chance. But the fact that every last one of you guys showed up and we barely even went under 50 people is absolutely amazing. You guys are absolutely incredible. PlayStation Sweden drops another 20 Swedish krona. Thank you so much, my friend. And he just sends a happy sticker with it looks like either a pear or an avocado dancing, saying, hey, you. Well, hey, you, PlayStation 5 Sweden. You're awesome, man. Love you. Thank you so much. Five Live says, you are Mr. Worldwide, Mag. That's a good time. I wouldn't mind Pitbull's money. I'll take Pitbull's money, okay? Then we'll talk about Mr. Worldwide. But I'm trying my goddamn best to get there, brother. And I'm never going to give up until I get there. Head first, man, like the Juggernaut from X-Men. Head first, smashing through walls with this big bald dome of mine. We're going to get it done. E.G. Kenta, how you doing, man? I got off at work earlier. Nice. Thank you again, PlayStation Sweden. You're amazing. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I know, Ham, I'm going to talk about that a little later. I'm going to go look into it. He goes, have you seen the Horizon multiplayer, bro? I'm going to check it out right after this. Well, the stream is done. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to go check it out, do a little research on it, check out the video, and then I'm going to talk about it right after that. So I'm going to look into it first and do a little research on it. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the Nintendo Direct. We had a good time. I know it ended up being an Xbox PlayStation conversation after, but, you know, it is what it is. But I gave this show a 7.5 out of 10. It was absolutely amazing. And it was really great. I really enjoyed it. So thank you guys all for joining me. And right before we go, PlayStation Sweden, Gifts a Gifted Member. Thank you so much for doing so. I appreciate you, brother. And we got a guy named Proch. It looks like it's Prochi or Pro, but I'm going to call him the Pro. The Pro, you are now a maggot. You can't go back. You can't go back to your regular life. It's over. Thank you so much, PlayStation 5 Sweden. You're amazing, brother. The Pro, you're a maggot now. Just embrace it. You can't go back. You can't do anything like. You let Ham like the orbitals. Yeah, that looked really great, actually. So, anyways, I'm going to go check out this Horizon thing. Guys, thank you so much for all the support today. Thank you for everything, and thank you for joining me on this very unorthodox early morning stream. It was amazing. Turned into a 2-hour podcast, but here we are. Let's keep doing it. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to release a video later today to talk about this Horizon multiplayer. I'm going to go check it out. And then after that, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this channel for Friday Night Live, we will finally start Resident Evil Village Shadows of Rose DLC, which is the prequel to Resident Evil Requiem. So I hope to see you all there, and thank you everybody last night for joining me for the Silent Hill F conclusion. What an epic conclusion to that game, and what a fantastic game. I gave it an 8.75 out of 10. What a great game. If you haven't played Silent Hill F, do yourself a favor. I know on PlayStation it's 40% off right now. Go check it out in the store. It is worth every penny. What a great game. So anyways, tomorrow night, Shadows of Rose, Resident Evil Village DLC, the prequel to Requiem. We will start that tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday Night Live. So everybody have yourself a great day. Stay magnificent. And then we'll talk to y'all tomorrow or even later today when I drop some more videos. All right.